Bulkhead Energy, built by heroes for heroes. Because being off your game can mean the difference between success and failure. Sugar-free with our new Tropic Blend designed to sharpen focus. Military, first responders, essential workers. This is your fuel. Drink Bulkhead Energy. Fuel for heroes. Go to bulkheadenergy.com. Use code HERO25 for 25% off your first order.
Fraser Farms Market, your natural grocer since 1971. Now through September 29th. Get deals like California-grown avocados 4 for $5. Organic Fuji or Gala apples $2 a pound. Grass-fed tri-tip or sirloin flat meat $14.99 a pound. Mahi fillets $9.99 a pound. Kettle potato chips 2 for $5 and more. Shop Fraser Farms Market in La Mesa, Oceanside, and Vista. Fraser Farms Market, a better way to shop for a better way to live.
Hey gang, it's Ben and Woods. We all have that one thing on our to-do list that we keep putting off, like creating a will or trust.
But here's the thing, protecting your legacy and your loved ones doesn't have to be hard or expensive. With Trust and Will, you can take care of everything online.
No lawyer visits, no overwhelming feelings, just peace of mind at a price you can actually afford.
Get it done today. It only takes an inning or two. Visit trustandwill.com and use code BASEBALL for 20% off services. That's trustandwill.com, code BASEBALL.
Hey, it's Rick from Baja Rick's Cantina in the Gas Lamp. San Diego's baseball team is on the home stretch to bringing us a championship. So come on and join the party. Try our new game day specials. We've got a 1-pound TJ hot dog, a bacon cheeseburger quesadilla, or our new birria grilled cheese sandwich. We've got $10 Blowfish margaritas and 32-ounce Coors Light drafts. Our DJ keeps the party going. And when you gotta go, did I mention our new baños? Now, let's play ball on the San Diego Padres Radio Network.
Dylan Cease has begun his warm-up tosses. Let's get you to the Padre lineup. Brought to you by Palomar Health, recognized as the world's best hospital 7 years in a row, and is stepping up to the plate to provide you with the best care. Visit palomarhealth.org to find a doctor. Padres have certainly made things interesting with their 87-71 record, closing the gap on the Dodgers and the top of the wild card standings in the Cubs. Luis Arraez will lead off. He'll play first base for the Padres. Manny Machado at third base. He'll bat second. Jackson Merrill patrol in center field. He'll bat third. Gavin Sheets will bat cleanup. He'll be in left. Xander Bogaerts makes his second start off the IL. He'll play shortstop. He'll bat fifth. Ryan O'Hearn backing him up at the sixth spot. He'll be the designated hitter. Ramon Laureano back in right field. He'll bat seventh. Jake Cronenworth will bat eighth. He'll be at second base. And Freddie Fermin behind the dish for the Pods. He'll bat ninth. On the mound, Dylan Cease, 8-12 with a 4.64 ERA. Jesse.
Tony, thank you very much. This is the only game going in the major leagues right now. The Braves lost to the Nationals earlier today in Atlanta as the Nats snapped the Bravos' 10-game winning streak. Have a couple of games coming up in the next couple of hours, but for the next little bit here, it is Padres and Brewers and nobody else in the major leagues. Padres still alive in the National League West, still trying to catch the Cubs for the top wild card spot. They do either one of those things, and they will host a wild card series here at Petco beginning on Tuesday night. First things first, Christian Yelich stands in to lead off against Dylan Cease, and Dylan's first pitch of the day is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, a little bit inside, and ball one to the left hand hitting Yelich. Brewers back in the blue tops with the gray pants after going gray on gray in the Padre win last night. Dylan deals on 1-0 and a hard hit grounder left side. Bogaerts backhands it in the hole. Jump throw across the body, not handled by Arraez. And Yelich reaches. Unbelievable effort by Xander at shortstop. And Arraez could not quite make the play. It goes as an infield hit.
Yeah, Luis immediately upset with himself. I think it's a play he thought he certainly should have handled, but a great job by Bogey going in the hole and getting rid of that throw. Certainly was in time to retire Yelich.
And now apparently the ball had gone out of play. So it's going to be second base for Yelich, and there will have to be an error assessed in addition to the infield hit. So runner on second, nobody out for Jackson Chourio. Padres have handled him really, really well this year. First pitch is a slider that kind of breaks down and in, and it goes to 1-0. The error is on Bogaerts. I got to tell you, I mean, it was right there in Luis Arraez's glove, or should have been. Either way, 1-0 to Chourio, right-handed batter. Cease's pitch is inside at 94. Tried to check his swing, but apparently went around. And the count is now 1-1.
Yeah, the throw ended up being kind of an in-between hop but certainly looked like not quite a short hop, a little bit closer to a longer hop. I think Luis felt like he should have handled it.
1-1 the pitch. And Churio very late there, swings and misses at a slider that hung over the heart of the zone. And the count is 1-2 from Dylan Cease, who has had a mercurial year. Third most strikeouts in the National League, 207, but also the second most walks issued in the National League, 69 of them. 1-2. Look back at Yelich. Now the pitch, and Churio takes outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It reminds me of Blake Snell's Cy Young Award year, and this is what you would expect that year to kind of look like, which was what made that year so amazing for Blake Snell.
Yeah, Cease 8-12 with a 4.64 ERA. That adds up with the walks and all the issues that he's had. Here's the 2-2. Churio swings and misses. Strike 3. 96 up and out of the zone. 1 out in the top of the first inning. And the Padres' mastery of Jackson Churio continues. Now 0 for 11 in this series and 1 for 22 on the season.
I think in all of those pitches he saw maybe 1 strike that was in the zone, the rest of them outside of the zone, and taking advantage of him expanding.
So Yelich at second, 1 out. Left-hand hitting Bryce Terang takes low, checks his swing. They appeal. He didn't go, ball 1. Snell in 2023, when he won the Cy Young with the Padres, had a 2.25 ERA. He went 14-9. He led all of baseball with 99 walks. Remember, Cease is at 69 this year, and that's second in the National League. And yet Blake navigated that traffic pretty much all the time. Ball outside, 2-0.
That's the difference. I mean, the walks not as high, but they come in spots where you got runners on or big situations, and it can just completely turn your year from what we saw Blake Snell's year look like to what Dylan Cease is having this year.
Terang is fouled back out of play. Yeah, just remarkable that Snell was able to do what he was able to do.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, winning that Cy Young Award here, despite all the walks. So kind of the lesser version of that season, the more expected version of that season for Dylan Cease here in 2025. Pickoff at second base, close. Actually, Yelich went in standing up. Bogarts tagged him right on the hand, and Yelich now kind of shaking out that right hand a little bit.
That ball, I'm sure, caught right on the back or shoulder there of Yelich. Certainly probably felt that.
Closer than you would think it would have been. 2-1 to Terang. Cease, couple looks back, now another. And the pitch on the way is off the handle of the bat, floated out into shallow right field. Laureano comes in on the move to make the play, 2 down. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here. Blue sky baseball to the max, not a single cloud to be seen. And the game time temperature 76 degrees, brought to you by Lineage Watch Company, San Diego's very own watch brand and the official timepiece of the Padres radio network. Order yours today at lineagewatchco.com. That's lineagewatchco.com. Yelich at second base, 2 outs and no score in the top of the first inning as the Milwaukee first baseman Andrew Vaughn stands in. Didn't see him in yesterday's game as he takes low, ball 1. Got the start in game 1 of this series on Monday night, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, a walk and a run scored. And Vaughn, who came over from the White Sox in June, is red hot, hitting about 450 the last couple of weeks. Brewers were shut out yesterday, trying to scratch early here this afternoon. Another pickoff at second. Yelich has to go scrambling back in with Cronenworth covering from second base. Good job by Cease, holding long enough to have an attempt there.
Yeah, the Padres clearly are on to something Yelich trying to do. He got a little bit too far off on that one, and had Cronenworth not had to come from so far out, they might have had a better chance.
They had a great shot on TV. You could see the eye contact between Cease and Cronenworth. Ball is fouled back, 1-1 to Vaughn.
Cease needed to hold maybe a half a second longer to give Cronenworth a head start, because he started to turn. Cronenworth was still far away, and that gave Yelich the time he needed to get back to the bag.
Yelich leads at second base, 1-1. Here's the pitch to Vaughn. It's low, 2 balls and a strike. What do you think Yelich's game is with 2 outs getting that far off to begin with?
I just think he was trying to make sure he got a good secondary, knowing that Vaughn is swinging the bat well. Closer you can get to third, obviously, before contact is made, the better chance you have of scoring. May have just started his secondary a little too early.
Here's the 2-1. Vaughn takes on the outside corner. Good slider. And the count goes to 2-2. Padres have pitched so well against the Brewers this year. In the 5 games, Padres starters a 0.95 ERA. 2-2 to Vaughn. Cease is ready. Here's the pitch. And a hard hit one-hopper to short. Backhanded by Bogarts on the outfield grass. Long throw is perfect and in time to end the inning. No runs, a hit, an error, and Yelich left at second base. Nothing doing with the Padres coming up against Chad Patrick on the Padres Radio Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
More energy. Find out the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day. Fast and easy. No prepackaged meals, just real food. Schedule your free consultation now at sdfatloss.com. Mention my name, Tony, for $200 off. Padre fans, we know what makes a great team. That's why I choose the friendly pros at Petco as my home team for my pets' food, vet care, grooming, and more. Petco, where the pets go.
Bottom of the first inning, no score as Luis Arise will lead it off against right-hander Chad Patrick, 27-year-old rookie, making his 23rd start of the season and his second against the Padres. First pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. We saw him back on June 6th at American Family Field in Milwaukee. That was the first game of the series that the Padres won against the Brewers on the road. He only allowed 1 run in 6 innings. A 1 pitch, and Arise lines it right back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Luis Arise stays hot, now a 13-game hitting streak, longest in all of Major League Baseball. That was the Padres' first hit of the game, brought to you by Frozen Ropes Travel Ball. Free tryouts are underway for ages 7 to 14 with Coach Kurt and his Frozen Ropes team. Check them out at SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. That's SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com.
He's heating up. I wouldn't even say he's on fire yet, but certainly swinging the bat with some consistency, starting to see that line drive stroke a little bit more.
Here's Manny Machado, got the night off last night. Runner on first, nobody out, and no score as he takes a fastball strike, 0-1. The only run the Padres got off of Patrick back in June was on an RBI single by Luis Arise. Padres won that game 2-0. Randy Vasquez and the bullpen were all outstanding. 0-1 to Machado. Patrick is ready, and Manny takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Machado, Merrill, Cronenworth, who all had the day off yesterday, are all back in the lineup here this afternoon. Fernando Tatis Jr. remains away under the weather. The expectation is he will rejoin the team at some point over the weekend. With the off day tomorrow, no reason to rush it. 1-1 is popped up. Foul ground, third base area. Durbin all the way over to that side wall. He's going to run out of room as it comes down in the 4th row. Just beyond that Brewer dugout. And the count now 1-2 on Manny Machado.
6-pitch mix here from Patrick, and you can kind of put him in 2 buckets. First 3 pitches are the ones he's going to use. Cutter, sinker, 4-seamer. Changeup at about 6%. Slider at about 6%. Slurve at about 1%.
Extreme fly ball numbers as well. 1-2, throw to first. Arise gets back with a head first dive.
Everything hard, pretty much. I mean, that cutter's 88, Sinkers 94, four seams 94, changeups 88. So there's not a ton of difference between those pitches.
Especially when you consider how frequently he throws the four-seam, two-seam, and cutter.
Correct.
Here's the 1-2. Manny swings and misses strike three. That is the cutter. And number one in the out department for Patrick in the bottom of the first inning. Still at first base, Jackson Merrill coming up.
Certainly a little bit more horizontal movement on his cutter. You can almost identify it as a slider, but nonetheless, gets the swing and miss from Manny Machado.
The other thing that jumps off the page in terms of Patrick is the percentage of first pitch strikes that he throws, a ton. And against a guy like Jackson Merrill, that's something to be aware of. First pitch here, Jackson swings and misses. It was a slurve down underneath the zone, and a count 0-1.
As much as there's a book on Patrick, there's also a book on Merrill. One of the guys in this league that is not there to walk. He is going to be hacking.
Jackson getting that night off last night. He has hit in each of his last four games. Arise at first, one out. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless game against the Brewers. 0-1 to the left-handed hitter. Patrick delivers, and Jackson fouls it off the catcher. Jansen 0-2. Patrick, by the way, is working on 3 days rest. This is Quinn Priester's spot in the rotation, but a couple of things there. One, they want to give Priester some extra rest going into the stretch run here. And also, probably don't necessarily want the Padres to get a look at Quinn Priester. He'll be starting one of those first couple of games, you figure, in the NLDS. And the Padres obviously a potential opponent for the Brewers in the division series. So they have that luxury, having locked up the division and a home game in the NLDS, or the home field advantage in the NLDS, to make a move like that. 0-2 to Merrill as Patrick comes set. So again, Patrick, he won't be super long for this game pitch count-wise. 0-2, and Jackson swings and misses at that slurve in the dirt. Back-to-back Ks for Patrick after the single by Arise. So Luis still at first base with two down. Gavin Sheets will be the batter for San Diego. And the Padre cleanup hitter is brought to you by Asgard Energy. Get $2,000 off solar until September 30th and secure the 30% tax credit that ends this year. Save on your energy bill at AsgardEnergy.com. Veteran and locally owned Asgard Energy, your trusted name in solar. Sheets starting in left field here this afternoon, and he takes a fastball low, 1-0. Second straight game that Gavin has been in left. Was the designated hitter on Monday. Padres continuing to move some pieces around a little bit here with Fernando absent and obviously getting everybody as much rest as they did last night. 1-0 the pitch, and Sheets takes outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Patrick last worked on Saturday in St. Louis, mentioned the 3 days rest, 4 1/3 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, only 56 pitches. It was his first start back after a couple of one-inning relief appearances. Done a really nice job for them this year in some different roles. Throw to first, and Arise back with a head-first dive. Spent some time at AAA as well. Gavin looking for his first hit of the series. And, in fact, his first hit of the season against the Brewers. He went 0 for 10 in Milwaukee back in June. Arise, pretty big lead over at first base, the 2-0. And downstairs, ball 3 to Gavin Sheets with Xander Bogaerts waiting on deck.
And Chad Patrick in the rotation early, did a terrific job for him. Probably in the conversation for, one of the Rookie of the Year conversation. And then Woodruff came back and lost his rotation spot, sent down to AAA.
3-0 the pitch. And taken all the way, Sheets looks low, ball 4. So a 2-out walk will push Arise to second base. And now 2 men aboard for the number 5 hitter, Xander Bogaerts.
That bat there from Sheets, really a bunch of close pitches, but nothing in the zone he can handle. Stays patient, draws the 4-pitch walk.
Xander's last hit was an infield single in the second inning, August 27th in Seattle. Later that afternoon, he would foul a ball off his foot and break a bone in that foot. Was out until last night. 0 for 4 yesterday, but a really good defensive game. And up here with 2 on and 2 out, takes the first pitch low, ball 1.
He really was tested every which way defensively. He had a play early going back. He had one coming in. Left, to his right, all passed with flying colors.
Wearing that guard on his left foot and ankle right now. Said he'll be wearing that the rest of the year. Not his preference, but he's no dummy. Ball outside, 2-0. Yeah. Bogart's never been a guy to wear any kind of protection on his foot or his leg, just not comfortable with it, but sometimes you are left with no choice.
Yeah, you're going to attempt to play with a bone that's broken. I think you're going to do everything to protect that.
The veteran catcher now, Danny Jansen, is out to visit with Patrick on the mound. Just a two-guy conversation there. As Patrick has lost a little bit of his command. Walk Sheets now 2-0 on Bogarts.
Good thing for Patrick is he's missing down right now. Nothing up in the zone, but certainly putting himself in a tough spot, falling behind 2-0 here to Xander Bogaerts.
Ryan O'Hearn, who had the grand slam last night, waiting on deck. 2-0 to Bogarts. Runners lead at first and second. The pitch from Patrick is on the outside corner. 96-mile-an-hour fastball that had some movement to it. And the count is now 2-1.
No sinker coming back, little lane changer, baby lane changer. Moves the count to 2-1.
Patrick comes set right at the belly. A look back at Arise, the lead runner, now the pitch. And Xander pops it up, foul ground, first base. Vaughn over towards the dugout and does not have a play. It bounces down inside the Padre dugout. Sort of rattles up and down over there. And the count now 2-2 on Bogarts. Padres scored 7 runs last night. They all came via the home run. First time all year they scored that many runs exclusively on homers. And, of course, it comes on a night in which Machado, Tatis, Merrill, and Cronenworth are all on the bench.
All your big homer guys sitting down.
Welcome to baseball. 2-2. Xander swings, hits one in the air to deep center field. Churrio's going back. He's on the track at the wall. He jumps up and makes the catch. Wow. May have taken a home run away, certainly took extra bases away, and the Padres are held off the board in the bottom of the first inning thanks to a great leaping grab at the wall by Jackson Churrio. No runs, a hit, 2 guys left on base, and we go to the second inning, no score on the Padres radio network.
Hey guys, Woodsy here. My wife Anna says once you taste water from our EcoWater SoCal system, you can't go back. She's right. The boys drink from the sink.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something. These people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.
Federally insured by NCUA while supplies last. For details, visit sdccu.com/Legoland.
Top of the second, Trustin will score. Padres nothing, Brewers nothing. Sal Frelick will lead off for Milwaukee. Left-handed batter against Dylan Cease. And he takes a slider low, 1-0. Xander Bogaerts was just a couple of inches away from a 3-run homer in the bottom of the first, but Jackson Churrio made a great catch at the wall. And that was that for the Pods in their half of the first. Pitch high, check swing, and now 2-0 to Frelick. Both teams got the leadoff guy on base in their half of the first inning, but unable to get him home. Yelich, an infield single leading off against Cease. Brewers did not have the leadoff guy reach base at any point last night. And then Yelich aboard to begin the first inning here today. 2-0s fouled back, and the count 2-1. But yeah, Jackson Chourio showing it off a little bit there in that bottom of the first.
That was a tremendous play. Had to find the wall with the sun, kind of dealing with that, and perfectly timed jump to take a 3-run homer away from Xander Bogaerts.
2-1, Frelick in the air, foul out of play left side.
I would say the crazy part about it is he's not even their best defensive center fielder. We saw that in Perkins last night.
Hey, when Perkins starts, Chourio slides
to left. Yeah, I mean, this is why part of the reason they're as good as they are. Great defense.
3-2.
They can cover a ton of ground in the outfield. They don't make very many mistakes in the infield. But that was a heck of a play.
One of those where you could just kind of see the moment he realized he had a beat on it. And then they did the hard part and leapt up to make the catch. 3-2 the pitch. And Frelick rolls over, grounds it foul at first base.
As an outfielder, as it pertains to those type of plays, the first thing that has to happen is you got to be able to get to the wall first to be able to get your steps. And once you started to see him slow up and close ground on that wall, you knew he was going to have a shot. Then completing the catch was the next part, and he did that well.
3-2 again, and popped up behind the plate. Fermin to the backstop, gives it a peek, but it comes back 6 rows behind the dish. And 3-2 still on Sal Frelick, Boston College product. And a guy, might well say, the heart and soul of this Brewer team, at least outside of Christian Yelich. He's the guy that Pat Murphy picks on.
I can see that.
3-2. And Frelick takes right down the middle, strike 3 call. 98 miles an hour for Cease, his second strikeout of the day. And obviously, Frelick looking for something other than that.
Damn, I guess he was looking for that gyro slider. And instead, he just got 98 mile per hour smoke right in the middle of the plate. He goes down looking.
1 out, nobody on for the right-hand hitting Caleb Durbin. But yeah, I mean, he's the guy that gets picked on, but that's a good thing, right? It's the guy that Pat Murphy knows he can give a hard time to get everybody else's attention. He can handle it. Most teams have a guy like that. Pitch outside, ball 1.
He's a grinder, which kind of fits the mantra of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Early on this season, he was pulled from a game and benched. I think he missed a cutoff guy. It was something like that. Foul ball off for me, knocks his mask straight off. 1-1. And, a lot of guys, they would not enjoy that. It's a little bit of a public humiliation almost, right? And Frelick really took it in stride by all accounts. He knew that he made a mistake. He kind of understood that perhaps his manager wanted to make an example out of him for the betterment of the team. And he owned it. No griping, no complaining.
That's how it should go. You make a mistake, you own it. I think you also have to have the trust of the player in order to be able to take it there. And clearly, Pat Murph understands his guys pretty well, especially Sal Frelick.
Durbin takes on the outside corner, strike 2. 1 out, nobody on, no score, top of the second inning.
And the trust is important because without it, it just feels like you're just doing what you said, which is picking on a guy. But there's a method to it. They'll follow.
On the outside corner again, strike 3 called. Back-to-back sliders out there, froze Durbin. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dylan Cease, 2 away and nobody on. Top of the second brought to you by Sinley Food. Ignite your taste buds with the freshest flavors at Sinley Food. Discover authentic ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard, the Cook's Asian Resource. Base is empty for left-hand hitting Jake Bowers. Brewer left fielder, 1 for 11 in his career against Dylan Cease. First pitch and a foul ball straight back on a line, 0-1. Still an opportunity for a 1-2-3 inning here. Padres trying to sweep the Brewers. They have played him so well this season and really, in particular, have pitched so well against them this season. Padres 4-1 against Milwaukee. This pitch in the air, deep to right field. Laureano backing up. He will turn to watch, and it hits off the base of the wall. Well played by Laureano. Sends it into second. Not in time to get Bowers, who is sliding in with a 2-out double. But a good job by Laureano to not get too close to that wall there. Played the carom well. Remember, hasn't spent a ton of time in right field this season. And the Brewers with their second hit of the day.
That ball done what I think Laureano was expecting it to do, which was kind of bounce back to him. He has a better shot. Instead, it just kind of rolled down. I'm not sure if it hit the base of the wall. I think it did hit the base of the wall, and it just kind of rolled to him, and that took the opportunity away from Laureano.
Now Andrew Monasterio making his first start of the series, right-handed batter, and he takes a slider for a strike, 0-1. Monasterio starting at shortstop where Joey Ortiz was the last 2 days. Monasterio off the bench in game 1 of the series, got hung up in that rundown, remember, in the 11th inning. Also made a couple of really nice defensive plays at first base. 0-1, check swing, but a fastball right down the middle for strike 2.
And by the way, it wasn't really Monasterio's fault. I mean, the ball's hit to his left side, and Cronenworth makes a fabulous play, and that, in essence, is why he was in that rundown. But it was a big out.
Hitting .288, 4 homers, 16 RBIs in 65 games this year. The 0-2 is outside. And now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Dillon doing what pitchers do. Got the first couple on the outside, just kept trying to go further and further off. That one doesn't get the call, count moves to 1-2.
I can hear the derision in your voice when you say doing what pitchers do. 1-2 the pitch. Monasterio takes way outside in the dirt. Nice pick by the catcher Fermin. And now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
As the hitter in the box, you know what's going on. And you're just hoping that the umpire isn't going along with the game plan.
That is Chad Fairchild's responsibility this afternoon. Crew chief Bill Miller at first. Roberto Ortiz at second. Ben May, the third base umpire. 2-2. Monasterio grounds it foul, and back at third base coach Jason Lane, a former Padre. Should we compliment Bill Miller?
We should compliment Bill Miller. I'll tell you what, he was out before the game, dressed in what looked like some designer jeans.
Very well put together.
Very well put together.
Like way more fashionable than you'd expect from any umpire, which is so unfair. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the third K of the inning for Dylan Cease. No runs, a hit. Bowers left at second base. No score after 1.5. And now here's what.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Best Western. Every night, all season long on MLB.TV.
Bored with so much to do every day. Visit ncl.com. Call your travel advisor or call 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Feel free to experience more at sea with Norwegian Cruise Line.
The bottom of the second is brought to you by Symbiotica, the official wellness partner of the San Diego Padres. Take charge of your health with premium supplements. Visit Symbiotica.com.
Ryan O'Hearn will lead off in a scoreless game, bottom of the second inning, at the big grand slam in the first inning last night. That got the Padres going. They'd eventually add on 2 more homers, win the game 7-0. First pitch, and O'Hearn takes high ball 1 from righty Chad Patrick. And Ryan O'Hearn is hot. 2 for 4 yesterday with the grand slam, 3 for 8 in this series, and now 10 for his last 20 after a really, really rough patch. Ball low, 2-0.
Sometimes a little early hitting can reset you. Seems like it's done wonders for Ryan O'Hearn. Ever since that day, he has swung the bat extremely well.
Started at the beginning of the weekend against the White Sox in Chicago. 2-0, grounded foul right side. He went 7 for 12 against the White Sox, and that has certainly seemed to carry over the first 2 games here against the Brewers.
You knew it was right when he got the double off the lefty on Saturday against the White Sox that cleared the bases. Just a perfect stroke, and he's kind of emulated that ever since.
2-1. O'Hearn lines it up the middle into center field, a base hit. He stays hot. Leadoff single in the bottom of the second inning.
True line drive strokes. Even the homer last night on a line. He continues to barrel up the baseball. Got a change up down and in the middle of the plate. Right back to sender to kick things off for the Padres in the second.
That grand slam is the subject of our stat of the day, brought to you by Culligan Water of San Diego, providing advanced water treatment solutions, including softeners, filters, and bottled water. They ensuring cleaner, safer, and great tasting water for homes and businesses since 1936. Here's Ramon Laureano taking high and inside, ball one. Going into the All-Star break this year, the Padres had a grand total of 0 grand slams. Since the All-Star break, they have now hit 5 grand slams, more than any team in the major leagues in the second half this season. Go figure. Laureano takes a fastball, strike 1-1. So
yeah, I mean, they were the last team, I think, to hit a 3-run homer. So I mean, those type of things have come late for the Padres, but they have started to tick up in happening more often.
We're definitely keeping an eye on that. 1-1. Laureano checks his swing on a ball in the dirt. They appeal, and he went. So strike 2 to Ramon. No score, bottom of the second inning. O'Hearn at first base, nobody out. And yeah, I mean, if the power continues to go up for the Pods, they're going to be that much more dangerous come playoff time, which of course is very, very soon. 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers' magic number in the West is 3. So any combination of 3 Dodger wins or 3 Padre losses, and LA will clinch the National League West. So you're a game and a half out with 4 games to go. That's not a terrible place to be, obviously. And I don't think it's what most external prognosticators expected at the beginning of this season.
Oh, absolutely not.
Dodgers, I was told, were going to win 130 games. 2-2 is a check swing foul.
Another fastball kind of riding up and in. Patrick doesn't seem to have the command for that pitch at this point. Second pitch up near the head, and this one off the bat as Laureano started to go.
In terms of the top wild card spot, the Cubs' magic number is 4 over the Padres. And again, the Dodgers will play tonight in Arizona. Cubs at home tonight against the Mets. 2-2, Laureano takes low. And the count fills, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
It just seems like for really both teams, or all 3 teams, they're all playing against other teams that are good or fighting for something.
3-2. We'll see if O'Hearn runs. He does not. And Laureano fights it off and fouls it back. We do it again. Brewers, meanwhile, have a magic number of 2 over the Phillies for the best record in baseball. If they get to the World Series, they will have home field advantage. No American League team can catch the Brewers. So now they're just trying to clinch home field throughout the National League playoffs. And again, magic number of 2 over the Phillies in that department. So they're playing for something, but you don't get the sense they're going crazy about it. Certainly not today, at least. Padres maintain they are going to balance rest and production between now and the end of the year. But when we show up on Friday after the day off tomorrow, things could look very different. 3-2, Laureano fouls it straight back. Remember, after the Padre game today, Cubs and Dodgers both play. They both play tomorrow when the Padres are off. So when we get back here on Friday, it'll be very interesting to see what the standings look like.
And it certainly could look a whole lot different. And whether the Padres have gotten closer or whether it kind of stays where it's at, that'll really inform the Padres of how they want to move for that last 3 games of the series, of the season.
Take it day by day. 3-2 again. 9th pitch of the at-bat is on the way. And Laureano takes strike 3. Good breaking ball at the top of the zone. 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Patrick. And 1 away in the bottom of the second inning.
Tell you what, we talked about the breaking pitches really not being used that much. The slurve is being used quite often here in this ball game as that fastball command has kind of gotten away from Patrick. He's used that slurve to kind of counteract it and catches Laureano slipping there for the punching.
O'Hearn at first, 1 out for number 8 hitter Jake Cronenworth, one of the guys who got the night off last night. Swings at the first pitch, muscles it in the air to left field. Bauer's backing up, still going back, and right onto the warning track. He's there to make the catch. Second out of the inning, O'Hearn back to first base. And for the Padres now to be left up to Freddie Fermin.
Walking the Padres off the night before last. Was 0 for 3, scored a run in last night's ball game.
Right-handed hitter. 5 home runs on the year, 2 of them as a Padre, 3 as a Royal. And a first pitch fastball strike on the outside edge. 0-1 from Chad Patrick. They've got Woodruff on the IL. They've got Quintana on the IL, the Brewers. So Patrick gets this opportunity as they hold Priester back. And the Brewers, certainly like the Padres, have some questions about their postseason rotation. 0-1, Fermin lines it foul the other way. Be fascinating to see from the Padre perspective if they advance, say, to the NLCS, a best of 7, who the guys are who end up starting and how they kind of utilize some of the many interesting arms that they have. And part of that conversation you got to have to believe now is Randy Vasquez, who was excellent last night. 0-2, Fermin takes high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Padres have 17 shutout wins this year. Nick Pivetta has started 5 of them, which is the most of anybody. Randy Vasquez has started 4 of the shutout wins this year, including, of course, last night.
Kind of the unsung hero of this ball club this year.
1-2, and Fermin swings and misses strike 3. Chased a high cutter, and that'll end the second inning. Lead single by O'Hearn, but he is left at first base. And on to the third, no score against the Brewers on the Padres.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Fragrance from Estee Lauder, Lancome, and so many others. This only happens a few times a year. Don't miss the fall VIP sale tomorrow, only at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Every game for the rest of the year, we'll be answering questions from our listeners. And if you have a question for us, go to 973thefan.sd.com/question to send one in, and we may answer it on the air. Again, that's 973thefan.sd.com/question.
Top of the third inning, no score between the Padres and the Brewers, and some bad news to pass along. Ramon Laureano has come out of this game. Bryce Johnson takes over in right field, and Tony mentioned it during that 9-pitch battle that Laureano had with Chad Patrick last inning. After one of the swings kind of came up, shaking his hand a little bit. Danny Jansen leads off for the Brewers, takes a fastball strike, 0-1. We just saw a shot on TV of assistant athletic trainer Ricky Huerta kind of looking at the hand for Laureano. And Ramon is out of this game after just 2 innings. 0-1 to Jansen with Yelich and Churio to follow, and a fastball way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I've had that swing before, and I just hope it's not a hamate.
1-1 is swung on and missed.
Because that would be a really tough loss for this outfield. You saw staff kind of looking at that area of the hand. We'll wait to hear more information.
1-2. Jansen takes high. Padres sometimes pass along injury updates during the game. Other times they do not. So if we don't hear anything during the game, you want to make sure to stay tuned to the post-game show to hear from Mike Schill. 2-2 is right at the knees. Ooh, Cease did not get the call. And now a full count, 3-2 on Jansen. Looked like a perfectly placed slider from Cease. 3-2. And Dillon out of the windup will deliver. Jansen swings, pops it up, foul behind the plate. Vermeen coming back, but no chance to make a play here. That's into the 8th row behind the dish. And the count remains full, 3-2 on Danny Jansen. Who's Hot, Who's Not, brought to you by the Grilling Store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware, the official grilling store of the Padres Radio Network. For all your grilling needs, visit them on University Avenue or at thegrillingsstoresd.com. The Mariners are hot. They have won 5 straight and 15 of 16 as Jansen takes low and outside, ball 4, a leadoff walk here in the top of the 3rd inning to the number 9 hitter. And the first walk of the day issued by Dylan Cease. And yesterday, the Mariners clinched at least a wild card, their magic number to clinch their first division title since 2001 is 1 over the Astros. They will host Colorado later tonight. And a great opportunity for the Seattle Mariners to do something they have not done in nearly a quarter century.
I think this also starts to really raise the profile of Kyle Riley for an MVP. They can find a way to win this division. Here we are talking about him in that way, and I think that only elevates him.
Yelich takes a curveball outside, 1-0. Now, whether that should happen or not is beside the point. It's going to happen.
Right. Inevitably, it does every year, right?
Yeah. Jansen, small lead at first, the 1-0. And Yelich swings and misses at a nasty slider, 1-1. All right, so the Mariners are hot. The Tigers, as you have no doubt heard, are not. They have now lost 7 in a row. And for the first time since April 5th, they are no longer in sole possession of first place in their division. They're the Guardians again later on today. 1-1. Yelich winds up and taps it foul behind home plate, strike 2.
That is a long time to lead a division and then have that lead just snuffed out from under you.
Remember we were in Chicago early this year, and it just happened to be my birthday. We went out to dinner with Boog Shambi. That's the last time that day the Tigers were not in sole possession of first place. 1-2. Yelich takes in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Cease. That was a good meal.
That was a terrific meal. Good company. All right. Remind everyone we are working second time through the lineup here for Dylan Cease with a runner on. This is where things have gotten weird at times for Dylan.
Got squeezed a little bit prior to the walk to Jansen. He's at first. The 2-2, Yelich grounds it foul right side. Yeah, I mean, there are 1,000,001 ways to talk about how weird of a year it has been for Dylan Cease. But probably the weirdest one for me are these days when, first time through, he looks like Dylan Cease. And then all of a sudden, in those next couple of innings, it can really go sideways. Try to avoid that today as Yelich sprays one foul. Count stays 2-2. It has been an odd season for Dylan Cease. Last worked Friday night against his old team in Chicago. 6 innings, 4 runs, 4 hits. Walked 3 guys, hit a couple guys. Struck out 6, took the loss against the White Sox. And now he will step off and reset prior to another 2-2 to Yelich. This is going to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Now the pitch, and Yelich takes high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We've had some great meals with some great people this year. We're lucky to get to know so many wonderful colleagues.
Great colleagues.
I don't want to drop names, but you know who we got to hang out with a couple weeks ago in Arizona was Mike Farron.
Yeah.
Came in to see us in the booth, pay his respects. 3-2, runner goes, and a foul ball the other way.
Hosts us every year during spring training.
Oh, that's one of the highlights of the year. Mike hosts all the Cactus League broadcasters with his beautiful wife Erica at their beautiful home in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Even the producer engineers get invited.
He leaves no one out, which is why Mike is such a great guy.
3-2 again to Yelich. Jansen not running this time. It bouncer back to the mound. Cease has it to second. It's low. Bogarts handles it. Throw to first, not in time. Had a shot at 2 there. And a good job by Bogarts to field that, make sure he had possession while standing on second base to force the lead runner. But Yelich is aboard, and we'll see if that lack of execution comes back to bite the Padres. 1 down, Jackson Chourio coming up.
Just kind of rushed the throw. Probably had another tick he could have taken. That certainly eliminated the chance. Great play by Bogey, kind of guiding that ball into his glove on the short hop. They get the lead runner. Yelich safe on the backside.
Chourio tries to bunt, pushes it back towards the mound. Cease will go to first, high throw, and Arise could not come down on the bag.
Dillon did not want to throw that ball. He didn't want to let it eat. Instead, he lobbed it. He lobbed it high. And you're right. Luis tried to stay on the bag, had to come up. And by the time he came down, Chourio was already at first base.
Chourio board on the air. He does get credit for a sacrifice. Rise went up to field it, came down, pretty much hit the bag right as Chourio did. And now a pair of missed opportunities to get an out this inning.
Padres, fortunate Arise was able to come away with that clean, because that certainly could have been an ugly kind of crash at first base.
That's a great point. Ruben Niebla out to chat. Visit to the mound brought to you by the Window Depot, offering the best prices and biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindow.depot.com. While they wrap up their conversation, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN-FM and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hey, it's Fernando Tatis Jr. You're listening to Padres Baseball on Padres Radio Network.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
With Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. No score between the Padres and Brewers here in the top of the third inning, but a couple of less than perfect throws from Dylan Cease on defense have given the Brewers a little bit of something here. 2 on and 1 out for the left-hand hitting Bryce Terang. Cease ready, first pitch, and Terang looks at a curveball outside, 1-0. Had a shot at a double play, but threw low. That allowed Yelich to beat the throw to first base, and then Chourio put a bunt down, and Cease's throw to first was high. So 2 on, 1 out. No score, and the pitch to Terang is another curveball, this time a little low. 2 balls and no strikes, and all this trouble for Dylan this inning began with the lead walk to the number 9 hitter, Danny Jansen. Look, he got squeezed on 2-2. He didn't get a call he probably should have, but it has started to spiral for him ever since. To a pitch, and Terang hits a tapper foul, rolling slowly toward the Padre dugout on the right side. The count is 2-1.
Either way, they've all really been self-inflicted wounds here for the Padres in this third inning. Walk, a couple of bad throws have allowed this inning to kind of roll downhill a little bit.
2-1 to Terang, runners lead, and a pitch grounded to the left side. Bogarts dives, smothers it, flips to second base in time. What a play by Bogarts to get the force of Chourio at second base. Gonna hang a star for Xander with the newly repaired star, and now 2 outs with runners on the corners.
I would think they would challenge this, but doesn't look like it at this point.
Second base.
And actually they will.
Too soon.
As it looked just by the naked eye that Chourio was able to get there.
It was just a great play by Bogarts. First
Terrific.
of all, to get to the ball, and then sort of the no-look flip to second base. Cronenworth, good stretch. But yeah,
After review, the call in the field is overturned. The runner is safe. In the challenge.
So yeah, that's the unfortunate part of it, is that Chourio appeared to get there, and Roberto Ortiz very quickly has his call overturned. A tough series for Roberto Ortiz.
Man, that might have been record time for a call to come in overturned.
No other games.
That's true. That's true.
They got all the umpires who are in the replay room right now in New York are just watching our game together. Got some popcorn. So bases loaded, one out for Vaughn. And yet nothing has left the infield this inning. Pitch low, ball one.
Again, we said it at the very beginning of this inning. Second time through, things have gotten weird for Dylan Cease all year, and that has continued here this afternoon.
Yeah, this is ultra weird, too. 1-0 to a very dangerous hitter. And Vaughn takes down and in at 96. 2 balls and no strikes. A walk, a couple of fielders' choices, a bunt, a couple of bad throws, a replay review. That is, by the way, I believe only the second star that has ever been rescinded on replay review. 2-0, and Vaughn swings and misses.
Good 2-0 pitch. Needed it. Good slider down in the zone. Just on the outside corner. Gets the swing and miss.
Scoreless game, top of the third inning. Last night's win felt so different than so many other games the Padres have played this year. Back to normal today. 2-1, hard hit, one hop to Bogarts. Flip to second one. Cronenworth to first. In time and a double play. Padres get away with all of it. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 guys left on base. Middle of the third, no score against the Brewers. And now here's what's happening at Valley View Casino and Hotel.
Postseason push. Gear up for postseason and get ready for Major League winning.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Visit Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Oh, my goodness.
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
This Sunday, Los Tucanes is back for a special post-game concert presented by Coca-Cola during Hispanic Heritage Weekend, presented by Blue Shield of California. A theme game package is required for access to concert after the Padres play the D-backs at 12:10. Visit Padres.com/Tucanes.
Luis Arise leads off, takes a fastball strike from Chad Patrick, 0-1. Scoreless game, bottom of the third inning. Arise, Machado, and Merrill, top of the order coming up. Patrick delivers, and Luis takes high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Padres just got through an inning, the likes of which they haven't survived very many times this year. 1-1 pitch is upstairs, 2 balls and a strike.
No, it certainly seems like when things have gotten weird like that, the other team has ended up on the board, sometimes with a cricket number. In this situation, they get nothing.
2-1 the pitch, and Arise swings and misses, 2-2. It is still so jarring to ever see Arise swing and miss.
It really is. 96, that pitch was actually in the zone.
Yeah.
You know, you see him miss occasionally when he chases, but very rarely does he miss one that's in the zone.
Padres are playoff bound, but still to be determined where. 2-2, Arise muscles it on a line the other way, foul up the left field side.
So he misses the fastball outer third and then is able to hit a line drive on a fastball up above the zone. Do it again, 2-2.
Patrick staring in. Now pitch 6, and Luis takes outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The former National Eric Fetty is warming in the Milwaukee bullpen. We told you Patrick on 3 days rest. And probably not in it for the long haul here today. All of this is part of why they left Bruce Zimmerman in as long as they did last night. 3-2 sliced foul. Again, the other direction. Count is still full on Arise, who singled his first time to extend the hitting streak to 13 games, longest in baseball. In that 11-inning game on Monday night, they ended up using 6 relievers. So Zimmerman going 6 last night was huge for Pat Murphy's team. 3-2, Arise lines it the other way, foul again. Full battle mode here against Chad Patrick. And again, last week of the season, you're playing a team that's clinched. You're going to see some different looking stuff in terms of workload, lineups, all that. But it doesn't guarantee you of anything. Padres had 4 regulars out of the lineup last night, cruised to a victory. Another foul ball left side.
That one, probably the first of the last 3 pitches that was in the zone. And he's showing some frustration with himself as could have had all 4 a couple of different times. That one he had to protect, though. We'll do it again, 3-2.
This will be the 10th pitch. And Arise takes down and in, ball 4. Ends up doing a push-up in the batter's box as he got out of the way. And a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Arise aboard safely for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Tried to slurve. He's able to lay off, pushes up as he heads to first base.
Here comes the Lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. Arise at first, nobody out for Manny Machado. Chad Patrick's first pitch is a little bit in, ball 1. Trust and will score. Padres nothing, Brewers nothing. Manny back in after the night off last night. 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored on Monday. They also intentionally walked him in the 10th inning. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Good cutter.
Scott Manny with the cutter in his first AB. That one more on the plate, but that late action able to get Manny to swing through it. 2 cutters, first 2 pitches to Manny.
And the first of now 4 strikeouts for Chad Patrick came against Machado. 1-1 pitch, fouled back on the line to our right. And the count now 1-2 on Manny Machado.
First 2 cutters moving away from Manny. That pitch was a sinker, kind of doing the opposite movement.
Whenever we have that conversation about pitches going different ways, I always think about Kenley Jansen. Pitch down and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. A couple of years ago, talking to Kenley, I'm trying to remember which pitch he was working on. I think it was a breaking ball.
Yeah.
And this is well into his career, obviously, right? All-star and all that with the Dodgers. And this was after he had left the Dodgers. 2-2, and Manny swings and misses strike 3, back to the cutter. 5th of the day for Patrick, 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. And we were talking to Kenley, or you were talking to Kenley, and I was just kind of listening. And you asked him why, after all the success that he had with Power in particular, of course, he was working on a breaking ball. And he said, "Oh, you mean the one that goes down?"
And that's all he was using it for, was a different direction than the rest of his repertoire had.
Here's Jackson Merrill to rise at first, 1 out, and he takes a cutter inside.
And this is where we'll see if Jackson can make the adjustment. Really, all 3 pitches he saw in his first AB were out of the zone. So what does Patrick do? Starts him off with a cutter just in off the plate. He takes it, ball 1.
1-0 to Merrill. Patrick kicks and delivers, and a slow grounder to first, but foul, 1-1. Patrick threw 56 pitches on Saturday in St. Louis. He is now at 53 here this afternoon, and again, Fetty is warming, so probably coming to the end of the line here sooner rather than later. That pitch count, by the way, against the Cardinals got him into the 5th inning the other day. That's not going to be the case here this afternoon. 1-1 to Merrill. The pitch is a little bit outside, ball 2.
Jackson doing a better job forcing Patrick into the zone. 2-1 count for Jackson Merrill.
Padres trying to strike first here in a scoreless game, 3rd inning. 2-1. Merrill swings, hits it in the air, deep down the right field line, but hooking foul. Upper deck down the right field line.
Sometimes an at-bat or a pitcher or a hitter's swing can lie to you. He got the cutter by Jackson, the 1-0 pitch. That time he tried that same cutter a little bit more elevated, and Jackson hit it into the third deck foul. See if that scares Patrick off of that pitch.
2-2 now, and Merrill takes in the dirt. Ball 3 came with the slurve.
That's how he finished him his first at-bat. This time Jackson really being tough, staying away from the cutter in off the plate. That time he lays off the slurve below the zone. See if Patrick tries to go back to that cutter in. 3-2 here to Jackson Merrill.
See also if Arise takes off. He does run. Merrill swings and misses. The throw to second from Jansen is in time and on target as Monasterio tags Arise out, and a strike him out, throw him out double play to end the third inning. No runs, no hits after that. Nobody left. And after 3, no score against the Brewers on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey there, sports fan. It's Tony Gwynn Jr. The pennant race is heating up, and it's time to get your outdoor living space ready for the postseason with TimberTech, the #1 premium decking brand. TimberTech looks...
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The Off Base Podcast is on. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs for all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11 Eastern. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from around the league. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by the all-star lineup of Chevy trucks. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11:30 Eastern.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
View doorsandwindows.com to get started today.
Top of the 4th inning, Trustin will score. Brewers nothing, Padres nothing. Sal Frelick, a left-handed batter, leads off from Milwaukee against Dylan Cease. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it into the upper deck behind home plate. That is strike 1. Frelick is 0 for 1, struck out looking, leading off in the 2nd inning. Brewers have 3 hits on the afternoon. One of them has left the infield. The 1 pitch is way high, 1 ball and 1 strike. That was a double by Jake Bowers with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. Not really squaring Dylan Cease up right now. But Dylan committed a pair of throwing miscues last inning that you thought might bury the Padres, but got the ground ball double play to get himself out of trouble. 1-1, hit hard the other way, and that is into left field, a base hit. Frelick's helmet pops off. The second he departed the batter's box. That is a regular occurrence for him. And a leadoff single here in the top of the 4th inning for the Brewers.
Good piece of hitting for Frelick. Shoots the 5-5 hole. 97, got on top of it.
See where it was, too?
Yeah, it's up and away. Slashes it to left for a leadoff single.
If a right-handed batter had been up, that would have come up and into them. That's where it was, and he was able to get wood on it as Durbin takes low and outside, ball 1. So more traffic for Dylan Cease to contend with. Guys have been on base all 4 innings. Again, he's held them off the board for the time being. 1-0. Dylan delivers, and Durbin fouls one off his foot. Top of the 4th, brought to you by Genesis Home Improvement, San Diego's trusted painting, roofing, and window company. Only game going in the big leagues right now. Cubs at home against the Mets, 5:05 Pacific. And then Dodgers Diamondbacks later tonight at 6:40. Arizona walked the Dodgers off last night. Another blown save for Tanner Scott. 1-1, Durbin muscles it out into very shallow center field. Jackson Merrill comes in and on the move able to make the catch. Durbin pops to center, one away. Frelick back to first base. And Jake Bauers will be the batter.
Bauers, who doubled off the base of the wall his last at bat, will come to the plate here.
Bauers had an RBI double against Cease last April in Milwaukee. That was the only run Dillon allowed in 6 innings that night. Cease faced them twice last year, but missed them in June of this season. And a bunt towards third base. That will go just foul. Kind of kicked wide of the bag right before it got there. Bauers certainly had the right idea with Manny playing back, but unable to keep it fair. And that's strike one.
That was dangerous, too. It could have very well had ended up a double because he bunted it so hard. This ball lands about a foot in front of the third base bag before veering left to go foul.
You're not kidding. Probably would have been second and third had it been fair. See if he keeps at it. Manny still shifted around. Ball in the dirt blocked by Fermin. 1-1 now to Bauers.
Bauers, who came on late in last night's game, swinging a hot bat last 17, hitting 400. Getting an opportunity in left field today.
Orange County guy who was drafted by the Padres once upon a time. 1-1 to Bauers. Cease with a long pause. And the pitch is taken apparently low and outside. Looked good, but he didn't get the call, and now 2-1. Major League Baseball announced yesterday that there will be ABS challenges next season. The automated ball strike system is coming to the regular season in 2026. Not exactly a surprise, but it's official. Showed bunt, pulled back, took low, 3-1. We saw an awful lot of the system in spring training this year. It is a good system in terms of the mechanics of it. I think it moves pretty smoothly and freely. Our takeaway, and I know we were in the minority, but our takeaway was 3-1 is outside. That's ball 4 from C. Second walk he's issued this afternoon. And more traffic for the Brewers. First and second, one away for the number 8 hitter, Monasterio.
Dillon has avoided getting burned with some of this fire that he is creating. He'll try to do it again, first and second, as Monasterio comes to the plate. Yeah, in terms of ABS, as you said, it works well. It's quick, not a lot of stoppage at all. But, it does leave you to wonder how necessary is it for an everyday basis.
First pitch to Monasterio is a strike.
It's very easy to point to, a night like Monday night where you had some kind of egregious ones that you definitely would like to not happen in a ball game, but I don't know that happens a lot. Most of the time the pitches are bored, 50-50 pitches basically that we're talking about.
0-1, Monasterio swings and misses, strike 2.
And in 50-50 pitches, for every one that's missed, there's one that's given that's not a strike on those 50-50. But it's coming nonetheless.
First and second, 1 out, no score, 4th inning. 0-2, Monasterio takes outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you're not aware, basically you get 2 challenges per side. If you win the challenge, you retain the challenge. So you have a potentially infinite amount of challenges in a game. 1-2 swing and a foul tip held by Fermin, strike 3. 5th strikeout for Cease, who gets Monasterio for the second time. And now the only thing standing between Dillon and another clean getaway here in the 4th inning is the number 9 hitter, Danny Jansen.
Just old-fashioned fuzz by Monasterio for out number 2.
Beautiful Wednesday afternoon, downtown San Diego, blue sky baseball. 2 on and 2 out, no score, 4th inning. And Cease delivers a slider for a strike, 0-1. Now, the one thing I will say about, us walking away from spring training with that feeling was the stakes, obviously, in spring training are so low. So maybe, you see it in a big moment, 8th inning of a game that counts, you'll feel more excited by it. Ball outside, 1-1.
I can certainly get on board with that. I can see that being the case as they move it into play next year.
It'll be fun, too, to see the different strategies the different teams employ. I know last year at AAA El Paso for the Padres, for instance, they told the pitchers they were not allowed to challenge. Leave it to the catcher. Here's the 1-1. Jansen takes a strike right on the outside corner.
And that seems to be the consensus around Major League Baseball now. Now, will that change? Will there be specific pitchers that get a green light to do it?
1-2 to Jansen. Cease delivers and a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks to get out of trouble in the fourth. No runs, a hit, 2 more left on base. And after 3.5, no score against the Brewers on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey, player. The all-new Jamul Casino Resort is all yours.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The Off Base Podcast is on. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs for all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11 Eastern. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from around the league. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by the all-star lineup of Chevy trucks. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11:30 Eastern.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Ow.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOW.
Bill How.
We know how.
Still no score here as we enter the bottom of the fourth. The bottom of the fourth is brought to you by Eco Water SoCal. Keeping it soft and celebrating 100 years of water perfection. Visit EcoWaterSoCal.com. Your water should be perfect.
New pitcher on the mound for Milwaukee. Chad Patrick goes 3 shutout innings, couple of hits, couple of walks, 6 strikeouts. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Gavin Sheets leads off, takes a slow sweeper for a strike, 0-1. Fetty is with his 3rd different team this year. Began the season with St. Louis, made 20 starts for the Cards. Ball outside, 1-1, then traded to Atlanta in late July and picked up by Milwaukee 3 days after the Braves released him, almost exactly a month ago. 1-1 is inside, 2 balls and a strike. Still stretched out as a starter, so certainly able to give you a little bit of long relief here, maybe a piggyback situation today with Chad Patrick. 2-1. Fetty will deliver. And Sheet swings, lines it into right field, and caught by Frelick, who came charging in and tumbled over one away.
Telling you, these guys can flash the leather in that outfield. This time, it's Sal Frelick coming in on a low liner. A little catch and roll for out number 1.
Second really nice defensive play in the outfield today. None bigger, of course, than the one against this guy, Xander Bogaerts, in the first inning. Chourio went up, and it looked like he took away what would have been a 3-run homer. First pitch this go-round, and Bogaerts takes a fastball strike. Fetty on Sunday in St. Louis went 4 innings out of the bullpen for these guys. So again, the Brewers just kind of getting their rotation ready for the playoffs. Ball outside, 1-1. They're going to have the wild card series off so they can get as creative as they want between now and Sunday. Brewers, like the Padres, will be off tomorrow. They host the Reds over the weekend. 1-1, grounded to third base off the handle. Durbin charges. He's got it, and the throw across the diamond in time. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning for Ryan O'Hearn.
He's been on a bit of a heater here, as we discussed after his first at-bat. Looking to continue the hot path he's been on.
Now 11 for his last 21. Leadoff single in the 2nd inning. Bats here with 2 outs, nobody on in a scoreless game. And he'll take a fastball low from Fedde, 1-0. Fedde started his major league career with the Nationals all the way back in 2017. Right-hander ready, the pitch. And O'Hearn swings, pops it up. Right side of the diamond. Vaughn coming in from first base, having a little bit of trouble, charges in, and about halfway home on the grass cutout, he's able to make the catch and end the inning. Padres go 1-2-3 for the first time today. And to the 5th at Petco, no.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
After being arrested and know how to come out on top. I'm criminal defense attorney David P. Shapiro. Since 2010, my firm has helped good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Protect your freedom, protect your future, know your rights. Visit us online at davidpshapirolaw.com. That's davidpshapirolaw.com.
Top of the 5th, brought to you by Cascade Coast Premium California Bourbon. Winners of 6 gold medals. Visit them at CascadeCoast.com or ask for it at Baja Rick's before the game.
Top of the order for the Brewers, 3rd time through now against Dylan Cease in a scoreless game. And Christian Yelich takes a curveball way high, 1-0. That one did not really curve. Churio on deck to Rang after that. Brewers have 4 hits today as Yelich swings and misses. Padres have 2. Although it has not exactly been, totally shut down from the 2 starting pitchers. Padres had opportunities against Chad Patrick, but he did not allow a run. Brewers have had a lot of opportunities against Cease, and nothing yet as Yelich swings and misses at a slider for strike 2. Brewers in the first 4 innings have already left 6 guys on base. A lot of soft contact that's worked out for them, some defensive miscues. Ball in the dirt, 2-2. The double by Bowers in the 2nd inning today, the only extra base hit of the series for Milwaukee.
It's been a well-pitched series for the Padres. Really, it's been a well-pitched series between both of these teams all year long.
No surprise. 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch, and Yelich swings and misses. Strike 3. Slider backed up on Cease, worked out beautifully. 7 strikeouts now, 1 away in the top of the 5th inning. Today's question of the day is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. If you have questions about your health, visit kp.org/San Diego. Kaiser Permanente for all that is you. Jackson Churio stands in with 1 out and nobody on. Scoreless game, top of the 5th inning. The 86th pitch of the day from Cease is way high, ball 1. Before we give the question of the day, and it's a good question, just want to thank everybody who has submitted questions all year long. Want to thank Dave for selecting such great questions, most of the time at least. Thank you, Tony, for being able to lend your insight to it. And the question of the day is really one of those fun things. It's kind of the highlight of the night every night. 1-0 curve is a strike. The more other stuff and other people we get to involve, the less of my nonsense you have to deal with. So the less Jesse Steltiloquence, the more other people's stuff is good. Pitch is a strike, 1-2. Now, today's question comes from Anonymous, but nonetheless, it is a good question based upon something that happened here on Monday night. And there were about 42,000 witnesses to it. Tony went to hang the star on Monday, and the star broke. So Anonymous writes in, and Anonymous would like an update on the Star's IL stint.
There will be no IL stint for the Star.
1-2. Churio swings and misses. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Cease. He's got 8 now, and 2 down in the top of the 5th inning.
High sweeper, but this one just runs right on off the plate. Churio just waves for the punchy. No, but Dave Marcus kind of has patched it back together. A little stronger rope now.
Turang takes a strike.
No longer yarn, an actual rope.
Much thicker connection between the pole and the star.
Yes.
Now, the problem is going to be the knot.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Liner into left field. That's a base hit for Turang with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Opposite field singled by a Brewer. What a surprise. And a man aboard for Andrew Vaughn.
Don't really trust the double knot at the top.
Dave was not a Boy Scout. He is not a sailor. You can just see. I mean, you could have like a 2-year-old come in here and get that knot out, no problem.
Right.
So if anybody in the building maybe is really good with tying knots, Dave could use some assistance. Because you're going to swing that thing at some point.
Yeah.
And it's just going to slip right out.
Now he could elect to go with the rigged up electric tape.
Strike. What do you think they thought at the hardware store when he came in to buy rope and electric tape?
They might have made a phone call. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, and 1 to Vaughn. And a fastball high.
He definitely showed up with the kit earlier or yesterday with the duct tape and the rope.
He ended up on a list.
Yes, he definitely ended up on a list.
Scoreless game, top of the 5th inning. Turang at first, 2 outs. 1-1 to Vaughn. Cease delivers and misses high with a fastball. 2-1. Dillon now 94 pitches on the afternoon. The Padres certainly more than willing to let Cease get up around 100. He's thrown as many as 110 this year, but obviously not going to be too much longer for this game. Trying to work his way through 5 innings. 2-1 the pitch. And Vaughn sees that one bounce a few feet in front of the plate. It goes all the way towards the Brewer dugout. Turang's at second. He's going to take third. Now it rolls towards the dugout steps and finally picked up by Fermin. About as wild a wild pitch as you will ever see, and it costs Dylan Cease 2 bases. Turang now at third with 2 away, and the count 3-1 on Vaughn.
Things getting a little hairy here for Dylan. He missed with a fastball extremely high that, for me, had to almost jump out of the crouch to get. Now he spikes a slider that rolls away, and it was the worst combination. You got the guy who can fly in Turang, and this ball rolling away that Fermin couldn't find.
So 3-1. Vaughn takes, and a slider strike at the top of the zone, 3-2. Almost looked there like Vaughn was just going to challenge Cease to throw a strike of any kind. Dillon did, and now again a pitch away from working out of trouble. Dillon's been in hot water all day long. 3-2 to Vaughn. The pitch is lined foul into the upper deck above the first base dugout. Count will remain full.
And able to command the last slider and the last 4-seam heater. As it looks like David Morgan has begun to get loose in the Padre pen, fresh off the IL.
Activated before the game today. Just starting to throw now. Cease at 97 pitches. Dillon shook off for me, now ready. 3-2. Vaughn swings, lines it over Machado into left field, a base hit. Turang will come in to score as it rolls to the base of the wall. Vaughn motoring into second with an RBI double. And the first run of the day today belongs to the Milwaukee Brewers. 1-0 here in the 5th.
He went with the 3-1 slider early to get that second strike. Tried to finish with another slider, and he hung it. Good piece of hitting by Vaughn. Stayed on it nicely. A double brings in the Brewers' first run.
7-pitch battle between Cease and Vaughn there, and now Fermin will slowly walk out to the mound, try and kill some time as Morgan continues to heat up. Padres optioned Ron Marinaccio to AAA to make room on the roster for Morgan, who has had a just marvelous rookie year. Workload well above anything he's ever done before, had some shoulder soreness. Padres are hoping to be able to kind of nip that in the bud. Tim Leeper down in the Padre dugout. He's the third base coach, but also works with the infielders. He and Manny were just having an interesting kind of back and forth during this mound visit. Machado standing on top of the hill. And it certainly looked to me like Leeper was reminding Machado, hey, Sal Frelick is more than willing to push a bunt your way, even in this situation. Manny kind of nodding in agreement like, yep, you're right, you're right. And so Machado will play in a little bit and not too far off the line over at third base. Runner on second, 2 outs for Frelick, 1-0 Brewers in the fifth. Mound visit over, and the first pitch is swung on and popped foul behind the plate, 0-1. First time the Brewers have been ahead since the 7th inning on Monday. Padres tied it up on the Luis Arraez base hit in the bottom of that inning and would go on to win in 11 to clinch a playoff spot. 0-1 to Frelick. Vaughn at second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And Frelick muscles it in the air, right side of the infield. Cronenworth fighting the sun with the bare hand will make the catch, and the side is retired. Brewers get a run on 2 hits. They leave on, and midway at Petco Park, it is Milwaukee 1.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game.
A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Honda dealership has sales teams ready to help you find your perfect Honda with a great deal and service teams to keep your Honda running like the day you bought it. To find out more, click sdhondadealers.com or search your local Honda dealer today.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Trustad will score. The Brewers 1 and the Padres 0 as the Padres come to bat trailing for the first time this afternoon. Bryce Johnson going to lead things off. It'll be Bryce's first at bat of the day. Came on in the top of the 3rd inning for the apparently injured Ramon Laureano. Still no update on what ails Laureano, but you saw the hand shaking by Ramon after a foul ball during his at bat back in the 2nd inning, and hoping for the best, but it was not a great look. Johnson, a switch hitter, batting left-handed, bunts back towards the mound. Fetty will bare-handed. The throw to first is in time. So 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jake Cronenworth will be the batter.
Fetty showing off some athleticism there. Came off the mound quickly, bare hand. I don't know if he had this ball fully in his hand, but able to kind of re-grip it as he yanked it back to throw. Gives out number 1.
It has been a while since the Padres have seen Eric Fetty. Got to go back 4 years. Pitch to Cronenworth is right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. In July of 2021, when he was still with the Nationals, he made 3 starts, 2 against the Padres. Cronenworth takes outside, 1-1. Both starts went really, really badly for him. In the first one, which was here, he allowed 6 runs on 8 hits, didn't get out of the 5th inning. And then it went even worse for him his next start against the Pods. Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Cronenworth. You might remember it. It was the first day after the All-Star break in 2021. Fetty did not get out of the 2nd inning. Padres won 24-8, which I believe is the most runs they've ever scored in a game. And the guy batting right now, Jake Cronenworth, hit for the 3rd cycle in Padre franchise history. Here's the 1-2. Cronenworth swings and fouls it away left side. That's the last time we've seen Eric Fetty.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Tommy Pham was like a double away from a cycle in that game as well.
The only C-level cycle in Padre history.
Right. It's the other ones that have come at Coors Field.
1-2. And Cronenworth hits it sharply up the middle, but Monasterio well positioned behind second. Little double clutch, but able to throw him out. And 2 away. Joe Musgrove has been nominated for the 2025 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One. Fans vote to recognize who best represents the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLBtogether.com/Clemente Award. 1-0 Brewers with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 5th inning. Number 9 hitter Freddie Fermin lifts up the hands, takes a sweeper for a strike, 0-1. Here's the pitch, and Fermin looks outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Padres that night in Washington, 24 runs on 22 hits. And yeah, Tommy Pham 4 for 6. Ball outside, 2-1. He did not have the triple. Had the rest. Good memory. 2-1 to Fermin, and Freddie out in front, swings and misses, strike 2.
Unfortunately, that 2020 year was spinning in the same booth all year. It kind of just pumped into my head for life, I think.
Yep. Weird year, 2021. Not in a good way. 2-2 to Fermin. And right down the middle, that strike 3 called. Another 1-2-3 inning for Fetty, who has gone 6 up and 6 down. Head to the 6th inning. 1-0 Brewers on the Padres Radio Network.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What?
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastballs. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the pro.
Like DeWalt 20-volt Max Tool. Get the job done for less at Lowe's. We help. You save. Valid through 9/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items.
Who's on deck? Nope. Not on who's on deck yet. We'll get to that later. Don't you worry.
What's this game, 159? That's what happens. That's where we are. Padres trailing the Brewers 1-0 in the top of the 6th inning. Durbin, Bowers, And Monasterio coming up against the new Padre pitcher, right-hander David Morgan off the IL and appearing at a game for the first time in 17 days. Takes over for Dylan Cease, who you look at the line and you go, hey, we'll take that. 5 innings, 1 run, 6 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Was in and out of trouble the entire afternoon, but gave up just the 1 run at the very end of his day. And Durbin stands in 0 for 2 against Cease, now facing Morgan for the first time. Hard-throwing right-hander delivers, and a first pitch fastball at 97 for a strike. Pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today. 0-1. Durbin swings, hits a chopper to third. Manny backs up on it, has it on the backhand. Long throw to first is in time. Nicely done, 1 away. And one of those that was not all that routine, but made to look so by number 13.
Kind of a hard chopper there, and Manny had to read the hop. He elects to back up to give himself a little more space, and then you know his accuracy is among the best in all of baseball as they get out number 1.
Jake Bauers now with 1 out, nobody on. Bauers a double and a walk. The double, the only extra base hit the Brewers have had in this series. 1-0 Milwaukee as he takes inside. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by KMG Psychiatry, official mental health partner of the Padres radio network, offering TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, to lift the fog of depression and restore clarity. Visit KMGPsychiatry.com. 1-0 is on the inside corner. There's the curveball. And a strike 1-1. Padres a game and a half behind the Dodgers in the West. Game and a half behind the Cubs for the top spot in the wild card standings. Catch either one of those teams, and you host a wild card series. Here's the 1-1. Bauers takes in the dirt, ball 2. Diamondbacks hosting those Dodgers tonight at 6:40. Ryan Nelson against Blake Snell. Arizona, meanwhile, tied with the Reds, a game behind the Mets for the final playoff spot. So don't sleep on the Snakes, because they will be here this weekend, and it may be snakes alive when they show up. Here's the 2-1. Bauers takes the curve outside, ball 3. Cubs and Mets 5:05 Pacific at Wrigley. Jonah Tong on the mound against Matthew Boyd. And a little bit later, the Reds at home against the Pirates. That last spot going to be a scramble. Good theater. Here's the 3-1. Bauers swings and misses strike 2. Meanwhile, in that wacky American League Central, Guardians and Tigers now tied for first. Game 2 of their series later on in Cleveland. Blue Jays have a 1-game lead over the Yankees. Will host Boston tonight. The Yankees at home against the White Sox. And in the West, the Mariners, magic number of 1 to clinch their first division title since 2001. Ichiro's rookie year. 3-2. And Bauers lines it the other way towards the left field corner. It will push just foul into the corner.
It's also the same year they set the record for most wins. So, pretty big-time year for the Seattle Mariners.
It's crazy to think that was Ichiro's rookie year. This year, he went into the Hall of Fame. That's how long.
That's how long it's been.
Astros are playing the A's up in Sacramento. 3-2 to Bauers, 1 out, nobody on, 6th inning, 1-0 Brewers, and down and in ball 4. So Bauers aboard for the 3rd time today. He's now walked twice. And a 1-out runner for the number 8 hitter, Monasterio. Got to figure for David Morgan, a little bit of rust to knock off here this afternoon. And certainly today a good day to knock off the rust as compared to, like Tuesday or Wednesday. 4th best ERA among National League rookie relievers. Liner foul right side, 0-1 on Monasterio. Padres have used him in low leverage and medium leverage and some borderline high leverage spots as the year has gone on. He's been used as an opener. And really has, I think, proven himself to be a useful piece. And I don't just mean in the regular season. 0-1. Monasterio takes a fastball low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
If you are a rookie and you get an opportunity to come to the big leagues, this is the ideal type of usage, right? You get a little bit of taste of everything. And I think as the more experience David Morgan has gotten, the better he's been.
1-1 to Monasterio with Bowers at first, and a ball in the dirt, 2-1. He's got a great head on his shoulder, great perspective. His journey to the big leagues, an incredibly difficult one. Not highly recruited, was an infielder for the most part in college, NAIA baseball. Bowers runs, pitch to Monasterio, swung on and missed. The throw to second base in time. Freddie Fermin gets Bowers, who had been 8 for 8, trying to steal second base. And now we wait and see if the Brewers will challenge it. They will not. 2 down.
What a throw and tag from Fermin and Cronenworth. Fermin had to really kind of pull this ball that was low. The transfer's quick, but the tag from Cronenworth is dynamite. Gets to the foot before the foot gets to the bag. Tremendous play by both.
Now 2-2 on Monasterio. The pitch from Morgan, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Chased the breaking ball all the way away, and that's all for the Brewers in the top of the 6th inning. After 5.5, Milwaukee leads it 1-0 on the Padres Radio Network.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The Off Base Podcast is on. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs for all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11 Eastern. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from around the league. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by the all-star lineup of Chevy trucks. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11:30 Eastern.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Compassionate support. Palomar Health is here to help you win in health. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare. Champions for you. Visit palomarhealth.org to find a doctor.
Who's on deck for the Padres in the 6th is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com for the Pods. It's the top of the lineup. Arise, Machado, Merrill here in the 6th.
Coming up, trailing 1-0 to the Brewers. Eric Fetty has come on in relief, started his day 6 up, 6 down, but seeing these guys for the first time. And the breaking ball misses outside to Arise 1-0. Luis has already had a very productive afternoon. A base hit in the first to a 10-pitch walk in the third. Takes a curve for a strike. That was all against the starter Patrick. And now Fetty piggybacking for him here. Meanwhile, the Brewers have made a defensive change at shortstop. Joey Ortiz has taken over for Andrew Monasterio. 1-1, Arise swings, lines it the other way. Foul up the left field side. And now 1-2 on Luis. Padres trailing 1-0, the top of the order up. Just 2 hits on the day for the Pods. A lead single by Arise in the first inning and a lead single by O'Hearn in the second inning. Here's the 1-2. And Arise hits it on the ground right to Ortiz. Ball will find you. Shortstop's throw to first is low, but dug out by Vaughn. And 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Again, the Trustin will score. The Brewers 1 and the Padres 0. Manny Machado coming up. Here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it.
Manny with a couple of punchies in his first 2 ABs. Looking to get on the board here.
First pitch to him, and the sweeper breaks too far outside. Ball 1 to Machado. Swinging strikeout in the first and another in the third. Still trying to get himself going. 1-0 pitch is a fastball right down the middle, 1-1.
Fetty with a similar repertoire as Patrick, so we'll see if they attack him the same way.
1-1 pitch working quickly, and Machado swings and misses at an elevated cutter. Strike 2.
Cutters and sweepers from Patrick, and that's what we've seen here so far from Fetty. It's been pretty much outer half and further out to Manny Machado.
1-2. Manny able to foul it back into the netting above Merrill's head in the on-deck area. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Here is the pitch, and Machado swings and misses. Strike 3. Strikes out for the third time this afternoon. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres radio network.
KWFN-FM and KWFN-HD1 San Diego.
This is Jake Cronenworth. Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
An Odyssey sports station.
With Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer, engineer, star fixer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. 1-0 Brewers in the 6th as Jackson Merrill grounds one right to Victor Rodriguez on the steps of the Padre dugout. Strike 1. Merrill, like Machado, has struck out every time he's come to bat today. Part of a strike him out, throw him out double play in the third inning. 0-1. Jackson takes outside, a ball and a strike. Brewers with a 1-0 lead, a 2-out RBI double from Andrew Vaughn in the 5th inning to plate Bryce Terang, the only run of this game. Brewers have had a ton of chances, Padres much less so, and perhaps fortunate to only be down 1-0. Pitch to Merrill, cracked foul right side. Hispanic Heritage Weekend, presented by Blue Shield of California, returns this weekend when the Padres host the Arizona Diamondbacks. Fun starts on Friday with Fiesta in the Park, presented by Verizon, featuring $5 drink specials and live music in Gallagher Square. Learn more at Padres.com/Hispanic Heritage. 1-2 in the air to left field. That's well struck. Bowers is back into the corner at the wall. This one gonna go! Jackson Merrill puts it over the little wall in left field. An opposite field homer to tie this game. 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th.
Eddie tried to backdoor that cutter, and Jackson finally stays on one. This is not a bad pitch at all, but just better hitting by Jackson Merrill. Stays on this ball beautifully. Drives it out just into that second deck above the canal sign. And this game's all even at 1.
That'll be the day for Fetty. They have the lefty Aaron Ashby warming up. They stuck with Fetty against Merrill. Now they will make the change with Gavin Sheets coming up. Pitching change with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 game on the Padres radio network.
Hey, Scraby here for Kaiser Permanente. Did you know September is Healthy Aging Month? It's the perfect time to focus on staying healthy, active.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! What a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion.
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings, only on MLB Network.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
42nd appearance of the year, 4-2 with a 2.24 ERA.
Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader. From a huge selection of premium high-end choices to quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. 1-1 after Jackson Merrill's 16th home run of the season has tied us up. And now Gavin Sheets will stand in lefty to lefty against Ashby. Saw Ashby in game 1 of the series on Monday night. Gavin flew to left against him. Ashby struck out Merrill and O'Hearn in that perfect inning of work. And it was interesting there with Fetty rolling, but Ashby ready in the bullpen. They stuck with Fetty against Jackson Merrill, and Jackson made him pay. A little bit of a pitch com holdup as the Brewer bat boy runs a new receiver out to Ashby. The nephew of the former Padre, of course, Andy Ashby.
Got to see Ash on the celebration day. Always one of my favorites to run into.
A wonderfully good-natured man.
Great-natured man. Ruined fishing for me at a very young age. I'll explain after this next pitch.
Ashby is ready. Aaron, of course. And the pitch to Sheets is starting.
My first fishing trip as a 9-year-old was in Cincinnati. And we went to somebody's backyard that had filled their lake up with fish, and every time you casted it out there, I caught about 56 fish that day and thought that was going to be it every time.
Hard hit liner, foul strike two.
Only to find out that is not the case.
That's a bad first time going fishing.
It didn't feel like it in the moment as you're casting and reeling in, but the next couple of times it was a very disappointing trip.
Yeah, now you've been chasing that feeling for 30 years. 0-2, and Sheets takes in the dirt outside. Adrian Morejon warming in the Padre bullpen. Two outs, nobody on. 1-1 game, 6th inning. The 1-2 to Sheets is grounded foul to Bogarts in the on-deck area. He kicks it into the Padre dugout.
Going back to the Brewers electing to stay with Fetty there. Maybe the way Jackson looked the first two at-bats. Maybe the way Fetty was kind of rolling. Either way, they kept him in one batter too long, and the Padres have been able to tie this ball game up.
1-2, Sheets swings and misses strike 3. That'll end the 6th, but the Padres able to tie it up on the Merrill homer, and we go to the 7th inning at Petco Park. Padres 1, Brewers 1 on the Padres Radio Network.
They're not in love. They're in it for the money. If someone you've never met asks for cash or gold shipments, wire transfer, or crypto, it's a scam. Stop, hang up, tell someone. Report scam.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The Off Base Podcast is on. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs for all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11 Eastern. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from around the league. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by the all-star lineup of Chevy trucks. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11:30 Eastern.
Book your experience at HamulCasino.com.
All knotted up at 1 as we enter the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. For all that is you.
Danny Jansen, the number 9 hitter, will lead off for the Brewers against the new Padre pitcher, lefty Adrian Morejon. Takes over for David Morgan, who worked a scoreless 6 with a walk and a strikeout. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. First pitch from the left-hander on the way. Jansen takes a strike, 0-1. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Before the game yesterday afternoon, Mike Schilt sort of suggested perhaps he would give not just 1 day but 2 days to Adrian Morejon and Robert Suarez to kind of reset their bodies after the recent workload. 0-1 pitch way inside, ball and a strike to Jansen. But again, that was before the game yesterday. That means before the Padres won yesterday, before the Dodgers lost yesterday, before the Cubs lost yesterday, and before Jackson Merrill tied this game up last inning. So,
yeah, the game will ultimately be the decision maker.
1-1. Jansen loops one into shallow center. That's down at a base hit. Leadoff knock for Jansen against Morejon here in the top of the 7th inning. Preston will score. Padres 1, Brewers 1. And the Brewers with the leadoff guy on base once again here in this 7th inning.
A rare hit surrendered by Adrian Morejon. Both righties and lefties hitting below 200 on the year against him.
He has been absolutely magnificent, to say nothing of critical. Lefty to lefty now against Yelich, who takes up and in ball 1. But he's been out there a lot, especially as of late. And we'll see how sharp he's able to look here this afternoon. Dylan Cease went 5, allowed 1 run. Morgan the 6th. Now it's Morejon in the 7th. Here's the 1-0, and Yelich takes a fastball strike at 98. So the velo's certainly there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people will tend to look at velo when they hear about guys being used, but it's typically the sharpness of the pitch. The movement on the pitch is usually the first thing that goes when a guy is a little fatigued, not velocity.
1-1. Yelich shows bunt, pulls back, and takes outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Slider just missed off the plate. You know, as usual, when a guy squares, it really doesn't give the umpire a great look at it. In some ways, it kind of blocks their view.
Jansen held on by a rise, a very modest lead. Now the 2-1, and Yelich checks his swing on a ball inside. They appeal. He went for third base umpire Ben May. And the count is now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morejon dangles that left arm as he looks into Fermin. Now ready on 2-2, the pitch. And Yelich swings as a chopper off the glove of Morejon. Raul rolls right out to Bogaerts at second. His throw to first is in time, and a double play. Oh boy, absolutely perfect for the Padres as the ball went right to Xander, who was basically waiting for it at second base.
And basically a 1-6-3 off the glove of Morejon right to Bogaerts, who's standing on second base. An easy 1-6-3 double play.
So 2 down, nobody on for Jackson Chourio as the Shadows start to make their way out towards home plate. Chourio for 2 officially takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Struck out twice against Dylan Cease. Also had a sac bunt, but reached on the throwing error by Cease. That was back in that 3rd inning where it looked like the Brewers were going to jump all over Cease. But Dylan was able to hold the line. A 1 pitch is down, and the count evens 1-1. Padres with a win this afternoon would apply serious pressure to both the Cubs and the Dodgers, who play later today. Both those teams will be in action tomorrow while the Padres have the day off. 1-1 to Chourio. The pitch is line foul right side. 2026 San Diego Rodeo is coming to Petco Park January 16, 17, 18. Enjoy the 3-day family-friendly event featuring some of the world's top rodeo athletes. Plus, don't miss the daily rodeo after-party concerts. Tickets on sale now at Padres.com/rodeo. Now time called by Fermin. He wants to go out and talk this over with Morejon against Chourio.
Certainly a guy you want to make sure you're on the same page with. Explosive bat. Morejon and Fermin just trying to make sure they're on the same page.
Chourio in this series 0 for 12 with 5 strikeouts. And now 1 for 23 against the Padres this year. But a very, as you noted, dangerous hitter. 1-2 from Morejon. Here's the pitch, and Chourio swings, lines it into right field, a base hit. Second knock of the inning against Morejon. That was a changeup that looked to be off the plate, and Chourio just went with it.
That's an excellent piece of two-strike hitting right there. You're right, that pitch probably a ball off the plate, but Chourio just goes out, stays back on it with 2 strikes, allowing that ball to get deep. Shoots it to right field and passes the baton to Turang.
Turang has scored the only run of the day for the Brewers, singled and scored in the 5th inning. Came home on an RBI double by Andrew Vaughn, and Turang will use his timeout, I think, to begin the at-bat. 1-1 in the top of the 7th inning. Chourio at first base, 2 away. And obviously that double play that Morejon got, absolutely huge. Runner goes, the pitch is a strike. Fermin's throw to second is not in time. Good tag by Bogarts, who thought perhaps Chourio overslid. And now the Padres will hold it up just to make sure.
Great jump, first move for Jackson Chourio. They will not challenge. Chourio was able to keep that right hand on the bag as he slid by it.
It's a big steal, 19th of the year for Chourio. Now the potential go-ahead run is in scoring position for Turang. 0-1 from Morejon, lefty to lefty. Here's the pitch. And Turang takes a strike.
Excellent slider. Outside corner, quickly ahead 0-2.
Brewers have had at least one guy on base every inning today, but just 1 run. They are 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. 0-2 to Turang. Morejon is ready. Here's the pitch, and outside, ball 1. Padres have had very little happening offensively, but the Jackson Merrill home run last inning tied this game up. 1-2 to Turang. Morejon, a look back at second base. Now the pitch. Chourio runs in a line drive into center field. That's a base hit. Chourio will come in to score as Merrill's throw rolls to the plate. And an RBI single for Turang with 2 outs in the 7th. Puts the Brewers back ahead. It's 2-1.
It's a nice adjustment by Turang. Certainly the slider's not as well located as the 0-1 pitch. But nonetheless, with 2 strikes, Turang backs this baseball up right to cinder. This game has gone the Brewers' way, 2-1.
Both of these 2-out hits that have produced the run coming with 2 strikes for Chourio and Turang. Now Andrew Vaughn, who had the RBI double his last time up.
And again, we talk about this often. Location's fine, but it has to be down. Those pitches are elevated, which gave the hitters a better opportunity to put a good swing on it.
First one to Vaughn, hit in the air to right center field. Merrill back into the gap. Long way to go, but he's there to make the catch over the shoulder and end the inning. Brewers get a run on 3 hits. They leave 1 guy on base. Time to stretch at Petco Park. It is now Milwaukee 2, San Diego 1.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The Off Base Podcast is on. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs for all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11 Eastern. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from around the league. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by the all-star lineup of Chevy trucks. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11:30 Eastern.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizards.
Ask the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Caused by auto accidents and motorcycle accidents. If you ever know anyone that's in this situation, do not wait. Have them give us a call today, 619-333-5555. Our office is happy to meet with them at no charge to see if we can help. San Diego's favorite personal injury law firm, Botta Fulkerson.
Calling all faithful. Sign up for Padres text messages to receive exclusive Padres news, content, information, and more. Text Padres to 78469 to join the fun. Again, text Padres to 78469 or visit Padres.com/contact.
Seventh inning stretch brought to you by Bulkhead Energy, built by heroes for heroes, the go-to energizer for military, first responders, and essential workers of all professions. Drink Bulkhead Energy, fuel for heroes. Go to bulkheadenergy.com. Brewers back ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the seventh inning. Xander Bogaerts will lead off against the new Milwaukee pitcher, right-hander Nick Mears. Takes over for Ashby, who struck out the only guy that he faced. And a first-pitch curveball is a strike, 0-1. So Mears in the seventh inning on Monday night. Padres were able to tie the game against him and eventually, of course, win in 11. The 0-1 pitch, Bogaerts checks on a ball in the dirt. And the count evens 1-1. Mears got the first two guys, but then back-to-back two-out walks to Iglesias and Laureano gave Luis Arraez an opportunity, and Luis's base hit tied the game at 3. So the Pods will try and rally against Mears once again here this afternoon. 1-1. Xander hits it hard up the third baseline, but just foul, strike 2. Pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today.
Mears had struggles landing the breaking ball in that last outing, which has eventually got him into trouble.
Ball inside here. That was the curve, and now 2-2 to Bogaerts.
It led to the walks that allowed Arraez to get that opportunity to tie the game up.
2-2 to Bogaerts, 0 for 2 on the day. And a hard hit grounder to third base, backhanded. Long throw to first, not in time. Bang, bang, but Bogaerts beats it out. And perhaps fittingly, his first hit back from the IL, an infield single to lead it off here in the bottom of the seventh inning.
As I told you a couple days ago, I was skeptical until watching him work out. He got down the line pretty well to have a broken bone in his foot. Legs out the single, infield single for the Pods.
So the tying run aboard, nobody out. Ryan O'Hearn stands in, 1 for 2 on the afternoon. First pitch to the left-hand batter, one hopper through the right side and a base hit. Second knock of the day for O'Hearn, who stays white hot, and the Padres are set up. First and second, nobody out in the bottom of the seventh inning.
Jump on the first pitch heater. He saw up and in. He continues to find barrel every time he takes a swing. And the thing I noticed since the extra workday, not as much head movement. Kind of staying still, able to line that baseball up. First and second for Bryce Johnson. A bunt situation here for the Pods.
Padres far and away the most sacrificed bunts in baseball this year. Johnson more than capable. Switch hitter batting left-handed. 2 on, nobody out, down by 1 in the seventh. He squares, bunts it towards third. Beautifully done. Durbin's got a race to it. The throw to first is in time. Great play by Durbin to get it out there, because that was very nearly a bunt base hit. But it is a successful sacrifice. Tying run now 90 feet away, and a potential go-ahead run also in scoring position.
I don't think you can make a better play that Durbin did right there. This was one of those bunts that's pushed towards shortstop, almost in no man's land, but Durbin able to slide his puppies and then get off a great throw to get the Speedy Johnson. But the Padres execute, get the job done, second and third, 1 out, as Jake Cronenworth comes to the plate.
Mears trying to avoid giving it up for the second time in 3 days here. Brewers lead 2-1. But Cronenworth at the dish, O'Hearn at second, Bogaerts at third, 1 out. First real rally of the day for the Padres. First time all day they've had 2 hits in the same inning. And the Brewers will bring the infield in here against Cronenworth. Pat Murphy, I think, is trying to issue an intentional walk. Yeah. So Cronenworth not going to get the opportunity. They'll load the bases. That obviously creates a force at the plate. Also a potential double play up the middle with Freddie Fermin coming up.
Pat Murphy electing to get the righty-righty matchup and load the bases.
2-1 Brewers. Padres have the bases loaded, one out. They're in at their corners and back up the middle as Fermin takes a slider low, ball one.
This is what the Padres did well against Beers last time. They weren't offering at that slider that he's presenting just below the zone.
Chance of Freddie starting to rain down on Fermin. The 1-0 pitch is swung on, line foul. Nearly took Xander's head off at third base. Bogarts ends up on his hands and his knees.
Went back to the slider. That one a little bit more elevated. And Freddie just missed extra bases as he almost took out Xander in the process. Ooh, that was a lot closer than it initially looked.
They are desperate for a ground ball, which is not Mears' specialty. The 1-1 to Fermin, line foul into the net behind home plate, and now 1-2. Not to say he can't get a ground ball, not to say he won't pitch trying to find a ground ball, but it's not generally a result that he gets.
Well, he's gotten ahead 1-2. You can almost book it. He's going to go back to the spin here to Fermin with the bases loaded.
Bogart staying ready at third. Here's the pitch. Fermin takes. Ooh, a fastball and a little bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Shadows have crept in over home plate. Not an easy visual during this time. But the count's 2-2.
The lefty's Zastryzny now throwing in the Brewer bullpen with a rise next. 2-2 to Fermin is taken at the knees. Strike 3 call. Good slider rings him up as Fermin strikes out for the 3rd time this afternoon. And now bases loaded, 2 down, a rise coming out, and Mike Schilt is hot. He's been ejected all over the home plate umpire, Chad Fairchild. Fermin did not like that call. Freddie had words. Mike came out of the dugout, and now Fermin, a couple of extra words for Fairchild, who, frankly, for the Padres, ignored him, which is good. And I'm sure part of what Freddie Fermin had to say was about pitches that he didn't get earlier this afternoon for his pitchers. But Mike Schilt has been tossed, and now bases loaded, 2 outs for Luis Ortiz.
Now, to be fair, just looking at the box that we're looking at, it looked to be a good pitch. Finally got that slider right at the bottom of the zone. Fermin, though, who's been behind the dish, has a pretty good idea what he's been getting and what he hasn't. Took exception, and I think Schilt really got tossed to protect Fermin from getting tossed.
No doubt about it. So bases loaded, 2 outs for Arise, who got Mears in game 1 on Monday, and a ball in the dirt. Good block by Jansen, 1-0. 2-1 Brewers. I think also, you got to figure Mike Schilt is taking a cue from Freddie Fermin. Catchers generally don't have that kind of reaction unless they really feel like they've got a gripe. 1-0, here's the pitch. And Arise takes on the inside corner, a fastball, strike 1-1.
Especially Fermin. I mean, he doesn't say anything really ever since he's been with us.
Padres have the bases loaded, 2 outs for Arise, trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-1, and Arise gets a breaking ball way outside. 2 balls and a strike. Cronenworth at first base, O'Hearn at second, Bogarts at third. 2-1 to Arise, who had a game-tying hit against Mears on Monday. The pitch, Luis grounds it foul right side, and out 2-2.
Got the fastball he wanted. Middle, down. Ends up fouling it off. And you can almost book it, not seeing it that great with those shadows. Based on the way Luis has been swinging it, that's a pitch that most certainly would have been a line drive in a different case.
It is not a normal shadow either. It's one of those light stanchion shadows. So a little bit of light, a little bit of dark, repeating on and on. 2-2, Arise muscles it in the air, foul behind home plate and into the seat. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That pitch about head high. At least protecting. That might even have been above his head, but either way, he buys himself another pitch.
Bases are loaded, 2 down, 2-2 to Arise. Tying run 90 feet away. Mears is set. Here's the pitch. And Arise swings, hits into the air to right center field. Pretty well struck, but playable. Frelick into the gap, now called off at the last moment by Churio, who makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits. Padres leave them loaded. Head to the 8th inning at Petco Park. Brewers lead it 2-1 on the Padres.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Best Western. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The 988 Lifeline can help. You are not alone, and you don't have to figure things out by yourself. Dial the 988 Lifeline today and receive support from a local counselor at no cost. That's 988.
Hey, Padre fans, just like you, my pets are family. That's why I trust Petco for the food they love and the services they need to stay happy and healthy, all at great prices. Petco, where the pets go.
Kyle Hart on a throw in the top of the 8th inning. Brewers with a 2-1 lead. Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader. From a huge selection of premium high-end choices to quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. Sal Frelick goes lefty to lefty against Hart, tries to drag a bunt and misses it. Strike 1. Freddie Fermin still in the game, probably thanks to Mike Schilt. Fermin not happy with a strike 3 call last inning with the bases loaded. Big spot, borderline pitch, one that I'm sure Freddie feels Dylan Cease did not get earlier in the game. But Fermin saved by Schilt there. 0-1 is low and outside to Frelick. 1 ball, 1 strike. Padres down by 1 here in the 8th inning. Cubs in action coming up at 5:05 our time against the Mets. Dodgers at 6:40 in Arizona. 1-1. Frelick swings, pops it up off the end of the bat into shallow left center field. Jackson Merrill cruises into the gap, and he'll make the catch, 1 away. Time for our next game preview, but a reminder the party starts before the game on the Coaster Train. Join the winning team. Buy your Coaster Train tickets to Padre games and score big at gonctd.com/Padres. Day off tomorrow, final day off of the regular season, and then the final 3 games of the regular year beginning Friday night against the Diamondbacks here at home, 6:40 first pitch. Durbin waits, right-handed batter, grounds one right to Manny near the bag. Little bit of a bobble, picks it up off the ground and throws him out anyway. 2 down for Kyle Hart here in the top of the 8th inning.
All those games will have implications on how the playoff seeding and who gets in.
It really will be incredible to see how different it might be when we show up on Friday.
Yeah.
Padres a game and a half in back of both the Dodgers in the West and the Cubs in the wild card.
It's not often 2 games will have been played this late in the season. You know, Padres had the Monday on, and everybody else pretty much had the day off.
So that flips tomorrow. Base is empty, 2 out. Rhys Hoskins going to pinch hit for Jake Bauers. Right-handed hitter takes outside, ball 1. With the series against Arizona this weekend, by the way. Mentioned 6:40 on Friday, that's normal. 5:40 on Saturday, that's normal. But you got the 12:10 on Sunday as every game gets underway at about the same time. 1-0 pitch. Hoskins takes the breaking ball for a strike. Something MLB's been doing for, 5-6 years now, whatever it is. And it's great on the last day of the season for scoreboard watching. Because you never end up in a situation like this where we just tell you, hey, they're playing later. Everybody plays at the same time. 12:10 Pacific, 3:10 Eastern, whatever. Pitch a strike, 1 and 2.
There's a lot of, I would say, ideas that teams may or may not have been kind of sloughing or kind of leaving their guys out on that day. So, instead, everybody play at the same time. You have no advantages that way.
1 and 2. Hoskins swings, lines it into right field. Johnson into the gap is there. He makes the catch. And the Brewers have gone 1-2-3 for the very first time today. Head to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Brewers 2 and the Padres 1 on the Padres.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game.
A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Sid's Carpet Barn, come on down, come on down.
Kohl's Fine Flooring has closed, and Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's flooring leader. Explore a huge selection of premium high-end flooring choices, along with quality budget-friendly options too. Visit Sid's or sidscarpet.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning at Petco Park. The Trust End will score. The Brewers 2 and the Padres 1. Manny Machado going to lead off with Jackson Merrill and Gavin Sheets to follow against the new Brewer pitcher, left-handed Jared Koenig. So Koenig in game 1 of the series on Monday night worked the 8th inning of a tie game, gave up an infield hit to Merrill, nothing else. And now Machado will stand in 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, representing the potential tying run. 71st appearance for Koenig, who's gotten better and better as the year has gone along. And Manny with a big swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 1. The overall numbers for Koenig are more than respectable at 2.95 ERA. But in his last 32 appearances, the earned run average is below 1.5. A name to know this October, certainly, as Machado swings and misses at a filthy changeup, strike 2. Couple of defensive adjustments made by Pat Murphy this inning. Remember, Hoskins hit for Bauers. So Chourio slides to left. Blake Perkins comes in to play center. Here's the 0-2. Manny swings and misses. Strike 3. 4th time this afternoon. Machado has struck out. And this time it takes only 3 pitches against Koenig. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Cutter, changeup, and then finishes him with the sinker. 4th punchy of the game for Manny Machado.
Here's Jackson Merrill, who hit a game-tying homer in the 6th inning. Guess you could say he's got an opportunity to do the same here in the 8th. 1 out, nobody on. Swings to the first pitch, pops it up shallow left. Ortiz back, Chourio in, Chourio there, and he makes a 2-handed catch for the 2nd out. For Jackson Merrill, by the way, 4 of his last 7 hits have gone for extra bases, so another good trend as we work our way towards the end of the regular year. Gavin Sheets now will bat lefty to lefty against Koenig. Gavin 0 for 4 in his career against the Milwaukee Southpaw. 2-1 Brewers, 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th inning. Koenig kicks and deals, and Sheets takes at the top of the zone, strike 1. Padres have both Mason Miller and Jeremiah Estrada warming in the bullpen. Here's the 0-1 to Sheets. Gavin takes a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Presumably, if they tie it or go ahead, you'll see Miller. And if they don't, it'll be Estrada. It's like a 1A, 1B situation. Little quick pitch here, and a fastball, strike 1 and 2. Reminder to stay tuned. The Hamul Casino Resort postgame show with Sam comes up immediately following the game today. Thanks for making us a part of your Wednesday afternoon. Brewers ahead 2-1 with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 to Sheets is way outside at 97. And now even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ortiz, Jansen, Yelich, 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Crew in the 9th inning. 2 to Sheets. Koenig delivers, and Gavin swings, just gets a piece of a curveball and knocks it foul behind home plate.
Gavin seemed like he saw that curveball pretty well. Able to get a piece. Do it again here, 2-2.
Another game like so many others this year. 2-1 in the 8th. 2-2 again, the pitch. And Sheets swings, little tapper up the first baseline. That could be tough. Koenig will field it, flip to first, wide of the bag, and Sheets aboard with an infield hit. Tying run on base with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Couldn't have rolled it out there any better. And with the left-hander Koenig coming towards the first base line, his only shot at this was a long flip, backhand flip. It wasn't a good one. Gavin Sheets with the infield single to keep the line moving.
Xander Bogaerts will get into the batter's box. He had an infield hit his last time up.
He's already been robbed of a homer in his first at-bat. Comes up in a big spot here in the 8th.
Padres down by 1, 2 down. Here's the pitch. And a little low, 1-0 to Bogaerts. So it's 2-1 Milwaukee with a runner on first, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yesterday was the first game all year between these two teams that was not decided by 1 run. All 3 games in Milwaukee and the game here on Monday were 1-run games. 1-0 pitch. Bogaerts takes a fastball strike. And the Padre pitching against the Brewers just incredible. This is the 6th game of the year between the two teams, and the Brewers to this point have 10 total runs in the 6 games. But it's the Padres down here late this afternoon. 1-1 to Bogaerts. Koenig delivers. Xander takes. Down and in, ball 2.
Went back to the changeup. Again, Xander sees it well, sees it down. Count 2-1.
Sheets a very modest lead at first base, being held on by Vaughn. 2-1 from Koenig. The pitch. And Bogaerts takes down and in again, ball 3. Do have the left-hand hitting O'Hearn waiting on deck.
That may be why he's elected to go 3 out of 4 changeups here. Bogey not really attempting to offer at anything. He'll be green lighted here, 3-1.
Koenig is set. Couple looks at first. Now the pitch, and Bogaerts takes a fastball strike.
That's where that pitch had to be, a sinker right on the outside corner. Certainly in a 3-1 spot as a hitter, you're not looking to hit that pitch. Good execution by Koenig.
Now Sheets will be on the move with 2 down and a full count. Padres trail by 1 in the 8th. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Bogaerts swings, hits it on the ground to third. Backhanded on the grass by Durbin. Long throw to first is in time. What a play. And the inning is over. We will head to the 9th at Petco Park. Brewers 2, Padres 1 on the Padres Radio Network.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Sammy Hagar and world-renowned chef Guy Fieri bring you Santo Super Premium additive-free tequila. Santo Tequila. Tequila set free.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Feel free to experience more at sea with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Top of the 9th inning at Petco Park. The Trust-In will score. The Brewers 2 and the Padres 1. Jeremiah Estrada on to throw with Ortiz, Jansen, and Yelich coming up for Milwaukee. It'll be the first at-bat of the day for Ortiz. He came on defensively in the bottom of the 6th inning to play shortstop for Monasterio. Ortiz started the first 2 games of this series 2 for 8. We had a single each of the first 2 nights. Righty to righty, and Estrada's first pitch is a slider for a strike on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Ortiz has played nearly every game for the Brewers this year, hitting .232, 7 homers, and 45 runs batted in. Another small guy who's a plus defender and runs well. 0-1 is a strike. Another slider from Estrada. And it's 0-2 on Ortiz.
He's been able to stay in the lineup largely due to his elite defense at shortstop.
They seem to have it tight. 0-2 the pitch. And Ortiz reaches for it, grounds it to third. Nice snag by Manny on the short hop. Throw to first is in time. And 1 away.
Again, not an easy play, but the minister of defense making it look easy. In between hop, no panic. A little short hop pickup for out number 1.
Tough day at the dish for Machado. Struck out 4 times for the first time since April of 2023, but still playing stellar defense at the hot corner. Here's the number 9 hitter, Danny Jansen, 1 out of 2 with a single and a walk. He also has struck out. Estrada's first pitch to him is high, ball 1. In the bottom of the 9th inning, O'Hearn, Johnson, and Cronenworth, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Padres. Freddie Fermin, who had the walk-off hit on Monday, would be 4th. 1-0, Estrada deals, and Jansen fouls it back. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Dylan Cease started this game for the Padres, allowed 1 run in 5 innings, struck out 8 more guys. 215 strikeouts on the season now for Cease. David Morgan a scoreless 6th. Morejon allowed a run in the 7th. Hart a 1-2-3 8th. And now Estrada here in the 9th. 1-1 the pitch. And Jansen takes a fastball on the outside corner at 98 for strike 2. Padres a chance to sweep the Brewers here this afternoon. The 1-2, Jansen fouls it back, but if they do so, they will have to do so in walk-off fashion. Jansen dug into that right-handed batter's box. No batting gloves. Windmills the bat around a couple of times. Now he holds the bat up high, waiting for Estrada. 1-2, the pitch. And Jansen takes in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. While we have a brief moment here, just want to say thank you to one of our listeners. Tony Paulus left a very nice message at the radio station. So, Tony, we appreciate you. Thank you. Glad we can kind of help you through your day a little bit.
No doubt.
2-2 to Jansen is outside, ball 3. It is a long baseball season, and it has become very clear that you get the opportunity to talk to an awful lot of people.
And for some, literally painting a picture for them.
Responsibility we take very seriously. 3-2. Jansen in the air, deep down the left field line. Sheets back to the corner watching, and this one is gone. Off the W in the Western Metal Supply Company building, and Danny Jansen all the way up. A solo shot here in the 9th inning to extend the Brewer lead. It is 3-1.
The home run problem persists for Jeremiah Estrada. And again, it's on the secondary. This time it's the slider. Not a terrible pitch, but certainly elevated enough where you could get yourself into trouble. Jansen drops down to that back knee to make sure he's there. And he keeps this ball, just inside the line painted on the Western Metal Supply Building Company.
Yelich takes a strike. Yeah, we talked about it last night with the funny home run to right field for a rise. You have 2 odd foul poles here at Petco. And that one hit the bricks next to that painted line. The one to Yelich, smacked foul the other way, 0-2.
That might be the first home run that I've seen stay fair and be inside that small little portion. On normal pole, that probably hits the pole and comes back in.
Yeah, it would hit the screen. But there is no screen, only bricks. 0-2, and Yelich takes high, ball 1. So 3-1 Brewers now in the top of the 9th inning. That is their 10th hit of the day, and they've had guys on base, just all afternoon long.
And in the series between these two teams, a 2-run lead feels like 5.
1-2 to Yelich. And in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Padres certainly hopeful they will be seeing the Brewers again soon. If that is the case, it means the Padres have made it through the best of 3 wild card. Very likely they would end up on that side of the bracket, the Brewers' side of the bracket. 2-2, Yelich in the air to left field. That's well struck. Sheets backing up. He's got room. And now in a little bit towards the line to make the catch. And out number 2 in the top of the 9th inning. 3 games remain in the regular season before we find ourselves playoff bound. That is something to smile about, brought to you by Smile Spirits. Real vodka cocktails, not a boring seltzer. Available at smilespirits.com, keg and bottle, or swing by Baja Rick's before the game and enjoy Smile Spirits before first pitch. Smile Spirits, making San Diego smile. Jackson Churio, the batter, and he swings and misses strike 1. And you mentioned it last inning, but it's worth revisiting. Bottom of the first, 2-on, 2 out for Xander Bogaerts. And this guy, Churio, took away what was very nearly a 3-run home run.
Yeah, Padres would have a 1-run lead right now if not for Jackson Churio making a phenomenal play in center.
Pitch here is outside, 1-1.
And that's what I say. They are pretty shored up defensively at every position. As I mentioned earlier, I don't believe Churio's their best center fielder. As a matter of fact, when Perkins is in the lineup, he slides over to left.
1-1. Churio takes a strike.
But nonetheless, a phenomenal play that has really boomed this Brewer team into the lead they have.
Base is empty, 2 outs, 3-1 to Churio. Estrada kicks and fires, and that's in the air up the right field line. Johnson over into foul territory, running out of room, and it'll push into the seats. Now foul ball, still 1-2. The Danny Jansen home run is added to the Brewer lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Milwaukee ahead 3-1. For Jansen, his 13th home run of the year, his 2nd as a Brewer. 1-2 to Churio. Clock winding down on Estrada, who was waiting on Johnson to get back into position. He'll deliver, and Churio lines it foul again, this time into the terrace level above the Padre dugout on the right side. $41,462 paid to get in here this afternoon. Another sellout at Petco Park. 1-2. Liner foul behind home plate. Battle continues. Crowds have been incredible all year long from moment one when the Padres ran off to that great start against Atlanta and Cleveland. And now wrapping it up with more sellouts against Milwaukee and Arizona this coming weekend. Salute to the fans. Pitch to Churio outside, 2-2. Brewers 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors. The Padres a run on 6 hits, 2 errors. 23 pitches now, and another foul ball back to the net. Estrada's really been made to work here.
Ninth pitch of the AB coming up.
We are no longer the only game going. A couple of East Coast games have gotten started. Pirates and Reds, Marlins and Phillies. 2-2 again to Churio. Here is pitch 9, and a pop-up right side of the infield. Arise, fighting the sun a little bit, crosses into foul ground, and behind the coach's box, he's there to make the catch and end the inning, but Danny Jansen's home run has given the Brewers a little bit more of a lead. And to the bottom of the 9th inning at Petco, it's Milwaukee 3 and the Padres 1 on the Padres Radio.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns before the first pitch. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Haven't made an estate plan yet? Don't wait. Go to trustandwill.com and use promo code BASEBALL for 20% off and free document delivery. Trust and Will is the official score update sponsor for all San Diego Odyssey stations and the Padres Radio Network. We're your home team for estate planning.
Out of the 9th inning at Petco Park, Padres will come to bat against Abner Uribe, trailing by 2. 3-1 Brewers in what has been a close, low-scoring season series between these two teams. Last night, the outlier, the Padres blanked the Brewers 7-0, but pretty much every other game between the two teams this year has looked something like this, and that is just very consistent with what we've seen from the Padres generally in 2025.
Yeah, the Padres have had plenty of days like this, although, you know, we talked about the homer, Rob. That certainly would have made a huge difference in this ball game. But they've had other opportunities as well and haven't capitalized on those, and that has allowed the Brewers to have this 3-1 lead going into the bottom of the 9th.
Brian O'Hearn will lead it off. Bryce Johnson and Jake Cronenworth to follow. Another kind of storyline to be aware of. Remember, Ramon Laureano came out of this game with an apparent injury all the way back in the 3rd inning. So Johnson had to come in for him. Get an update on the post-game show with Sam from Mike Schilt, who has been ejected, on the state of Ramon Laureano. First pitch, and O'Hearn takes a really good, sharp slider for a called strike, 0-1. Saw Uribe in the 9th inning on Monday in a tie game. Gave up an infield single to Bryce Johnson to lead off the inning, but then got the next 3. Fastball here, a strike at the top of the zone on the outside corner, 0-1. As O'Hearn stands in against Uribe for only the 2nd time in his career. 0-for-1 with a strikeout. O'Hearn, couple of hits here today, a 6-game hitting streak, and over 500 with the batting average in his last 20 or so ABs. 0-2, hit in the air to right field, pretty well struck, but got underneath of it, and now Frelick coming in right, and he'll get there to make the one-handed catch. That is the first out in the bottom of the ninth inning for Uribe.
That's where Uribe got away with a split and left it up in the zone, and very fortunate O'Hearn was out in front and popped that one up.
Trevor McGill, their closer, is on the IL, so Uribe getting some opportunities, a career-high 5 saves this season. Here is Johnson, who had the infield hit against him the other night. Fouls away the first pitch, strike one. Bryce has been up twice since coming on for Laureano. Both times he has bunted. Tried to bunt for a hit in the 5th inning, and a really nice play made by Fetty to throw him out. And then he sacrificed in the 7th. Takes a fastball here right at the knees. 98 miles an hour. That's a called strike. And quickly 0-2 from Uribe. Hard throwing right-hander ready. Now the 0-2. Johnson takes high. 100 miles an hour that time. Padres down 3-1 with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1-2 from Uribe. Here's the pitch, and Johnson swings, loops it foul left side. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
This is Mike Schilt, manager of the San Diego Padres. The Padres play here on 97.3 The Fan.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
1-2 to Bryce Johnson. The pitch from Uribe, lined foul above the net behind home plate. Still a ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 9th inning. 3-1 Brewers. With Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer-engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. Trying to help you through the rush hour traffic here at the end. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good slider. And now 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Nasty. Back foot. Shoulder visual isn't great. Johnson goes down swinging.
All right, so remember, counting tonight and then tomorrow through the weekend, both the Cubs and the Dodgers have 4 games left. If the Padres do not rally here, the Dodger magic number in the West will go down to 2, and the Cub magic number will go down to 3. Pitch is outside of Cronenworth. And so that, again, means depending how things go tonight and tomorrow, we could be looking at a very different situation when we roll in here on Friday. 1-0 to Cronenworth. The pitch from Uribe is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Freddie Fermin waiting on deck. You know, he would love another crack at this thing. Struck out looking his last time up at a big spot. Mike Schilt ended up getting ejected. Cronenworth going to have to reach. Here's the 2-0. And Jake takes a fastball strike. Brewers, meanwhile, if they hold on to win this game, will have a magic number of 1 over the Phillies for the top overall seed in the postseason. 2-1 to Cronenworth. Uribe will kick and deliver. And a fastball top of the zone outside corner for a strike. It's 2-2. Jake will use his timeout. And now right back in that left-handed batter's box. Uribe set and ready. The 2-2 to Cronenworth is grounded foul right side. 3 runs on 10 hits for the Brewers, a run on 6 hits for the Padres, who have also committed a pair of errors, though Dylan Cease was able to work around both of them. 2-2, the pitch on the way. Cronenworth takes a little bit high at 100 miles an hour, and he has managed to work the count full, 3-2. Uribe, a long look into his catcher, Jansen. Now the righty is ready. Payoff pitch. Cronenworth will swing, fouls it back over the net behind home plate. We do it again, and just another battle at bat from Jake Cronenworth.
8th pitch coming up here to Jake. Trying to find a way to keep the line moving.
Trying to get the tying run to the dish here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-2 again. 8th pitch of the at-bat, and a swing and a miss. Good slider to strike him out. And Uribe, a 1-2-3 ninth inning to pick up the save. And the Brewers avoid the sweep here this afternoon with a 3-1 win over the Padres. And the shot at a home wild card series gets a little bit slimmer now. See how it goes later tonight with both the Dodgers and the Cubs in action. Final score this afternoon, the Brewers 3 and the Padres 1. Take a break, come back, give you some final thoughts and the totals on the Padres Radio Network.
We're not just from San Diego. We're for